Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's movie blog. I am the critic who is a cynic, and hello everybody, I am indeed back in Asgard and we are ourselves having a good time. Orange Hat Review says Odin. What's going on? Jeremy Swig says Odin, the answer is Tatooine. Dude, don't remind me of that, okay? I was already embarrassed enough that I got that question wrong, but you have to understand, when you're on the spot like that, you find out that you end up forgetting some of the easiest things. Because after the fact, I was like, of course it is! And then when I was hearing everyone else being asked questions, most of them I knew. Oh man, it was crazy. Alex McCarthy, how's it going in my beauty Louisiana, bro? Well, I'm not as big of a fan of Louisiana as you are, man. But overall, it's doing okay. It's as fine as it can possibly be at this time. Greta, what's going on, Greta? We got Tina and Steph here as well. Herpicus McDurpington, Donathan Martin saying Clone Wars, Jedi Fallen Order, Vader Immortal, so excited. Yeah, I didn't get to see any of the footage for the VR stuff, but all I can say is that Clone Wars Season 7, it looks fantastic. Seriously, Dave Filoni has me, as you saw in the video today, has me actually excited for Star Wars again, and I never thought that I would be in that position. Now, don't get me wrong, I am only excited for things like Star Wars, for Clone Wars, Season 7. I'm only excited for things like The Mandalorian, but even things like that, they could easily change. Again, they could easily be affected because of all the various things, all the various, problems that could easily arise from those things. Mad Mitch says, Odin, what's going on, bruv? Macho Man, oh yeah, Odin, what's going on, Macho Man? Slicer Neon says, Odin's alive. Yes, indeedy, that's a ticket. Mirrored Jeremy is here as well. Got Mirrored Jeremy. Let's see, G-Monkey, what's going on, G-Monkey? G-Monkey, great to have met you in Chicago, man. Thank you again for coming out to the meet up. Great to have you. Fool of a Took, what's going on, Fool of a Took? How's it going? How is it going? Antonio Hernandez, we still love you. Well, I still love you. So thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Tina, what about Tatooine? So if you weren't watching the crazy live stream that we were having, we had a crazy live stream the other day on that Star Wars Girls channel when we were in Chicago. It was my last night in Chicago, and I was going to bed. I was going to get a full night of sleep like a responsible person, and then eventually I got a text from Jeremy saying, oh, come on, man, come on over. So I went over, and of course I was there for 2 hours like I thought I was going to be, but we ended up playing this game, Heads Up, and it was Star Wars trivia, and I got asked what was the planet that Luke Skywalker was from, and I totally, deer in headlights froze and totally was not able to get it. It was very upsetting. It was very upsetting. Mirror Jeremy, hello, Soul Assassin, hello, glad to see you survive Chicago. Indeed, I did. Feeling so much better than the first day was the roughest day. Once I had people with me, once Jeremy met up with me, and I had, I put this on the Welcome to Asgard channel, so you saw, once I had a good, solid crew of people with me, proper Jenny, Genevra, as I like to call him, was there with us too. It was much better. It was much better once I had actual people that I knew around me, and it made everything a lot more bearable. And actually, it's made me excited. I kind of want to go back to another con because it was really cool meeting people. It was really cool kind of walking the floor and covering it. So I would love to go again with Jeremy and do more, I guess, more of an official capacity type stuff, like covering events. It was really cool doing the Rebels panel, for example. I never thought that, at one point we had over 400 people watching that stream because no one was covering that. No one was streaming the Rebels panel, and I was so glad that I did because apparently a lot of people really wanted to watch that because Dave Filoni is amazing. Dave Filoni is fantastic. So I was very happy with that overall. Zine Waters says, Odin question, says, sounds like we only lost the roof of Notre Dame. Yeah, thank God it doesn't sound like anyone was injured. However, it is still very sad nonetheless because obviously it's, a church that's 850 years old or so, almost, almost an entire millennium, old, and it's just really sad to see something like that, something that historical go. I've never actually seen Notre Dame. I've never actually been there myself. So to see it on fire, to see it falling apart was just very upsetting, and so I'm glad that everyone seems to be okay, though. Very glad to hear that, everyone seems to have survived and there weren't any fatalities. Alexander, did you see the Game of Thrones premiere? Yes, and I liked it. I will say I thought it was, obviously nothing really happened. Not much happened, I would say, and I was expecting a little bit more action, and I was very upset the first episode was only about an hour. I thought that because this was the last season, we were going to get every episode being like an hour and a half long and being, solid episodes, but as far as it setting up a season, I think it did a pretty good job as far as setting all that stuff up. That's just me, though. Let's see. Chat jumped on me again, so let's just find my safe place here. Again, guys, if you want to get my attention, please make sure you put Odin question, all one word. It'll pop up orange for me, and I will read your comment or answer your question. It says, Grandmaster Yoda, good to see you back, Odin. How do you like the return of Sidious? I think it ruins Vader's arc story and makes the worst make the worst film ever if he is really back. No, Grandmaster Yoda, I'm right there with you. I know Jeremy was saying the same thing, that it just totally ruins the Vader story arc if that character doesn't die. What it seems to be, I'm kind of mixed on it, because as far as the Star Wars trailer, I guess I can start there, since obviously this is going to be mostly Star Wars related content tonight, because I'm talking about, you know, my experience at Celebration, kind of recapping the various things that I saw. So on the first day that I got there, I was going into the convention, and who should I run into but a giant 6'5" world-class BSer named Jeff. So I got to meet him right away, which was really cool. So I hung out with him for a bit, and by the time we got up, you know, into the main floor, we were trying to find out how to get to the Star Wars Episode 9 panel. We could not find it anywhere. No one was telling us any valid information. It was one of the worst run cons, I would say. Not just that day, and not just with directions. The venue was ginormous. It was way too big. And I think that obviously with all the stuff going on, as far as the number of people, it was good because we never felt crammed, but it was so large, it was so huge that no one knew where to go. Not a single one of us knew where in the heck that we were supposed to be going. And so we had that. No one knew where to tell us where to go. And then also there was a whole situation with the, you know, the photo ops and on the autographs. It was a giant nightmare. They definitely oversold certain things. Them trying digitally for these various things just didn't really work out all that well. And of course, I have the horror story about how I didn't get to sign up myself for a single panel. Got lucky to get into Rebels because there was, you know, not enough people apparently had signed up in advance, and they had a crap ton of seats. So I was able to get into that panel, which was awesome because that was one of my favorite panels. And then Jeremy had a seat for me to get into the Episode 9 panel, but I couldn't get in. And so me and Jeff ended up being on the main floor, and they were showing it. They were live streaming the entire panel. We couldn't hear most of anything. So our first time seeing the trailer, I was only able to see like half the screen because of all the various things that were blocking our way, and I could barely hear any of it. So I got to see the stupid, you know, the stupid Rey flipping over the TIE fighter, you know, the jumping of the TIE fighter, which is now a thing. And it just reminded me so much of Happy Days and the jumping of the shark and how that became a thing. And so, you know, obviously that was terrible. But then I looked to a couple of things, you know, as far as things that I liked. So let's start with the two positive. There were only two positives in the entire trailer. And one of the positives is actually a negative. So the two positives for the trailer for me were, one, getting to see Billy D. Williams back in the Millennium Falcon was awesome. Like, seriously, getting to see him back in the cockpit was great. That was a really powerful moment for me. Again, seeing him flying with Chewie, it was really cool. I liked the moment. I liked the way that was shot. And so I'm really excited to see him back on the big screen. Now, of course, I think they're going to ruin his character. I think that they're just bringing him back so they can kill him off because, you know, that's pretty much what Disney Star Wars is taking all the things you love, all the greatest things about Star Wars, and just, you know, subverting your expectations and ruining them. So I'm obviously very hesitant with that, but overall, I did like that moment. And then the other moment I liked, the only other moment that I really genuinely liked, was the Palpatine laugh. And it was because I was reminded of Palpatine. But, of course, that only goes so far because it creates so many problems. Again, did Palpatine somehow survive? If he did, again, as you just mentioned, Grandmaster Yoda, that totally ruins the character arc, the story arc for Darth Vader. And I think that's a bad thing. I don't think that's a smart move. On the other hand, too, what if they are truly going down the road of a Dark Empire storyline where possibly this is a clone? And in that storyline, they had clones of the Empire, or the Emperor cloned himself, and so that way he could never truly die. I mean, remember he said that someone became so powerful in the Force that he can even defeat, even could defeat death itself. What if maybe part of that saying was that he found a way to clone himself and to somehow be able to, maybe move consciousness to other bodies? I don't know. I mean, obviously, I think there's problems with that. I think there's definitely an element of it being lame and kind of lazy storytelling. However, I think that that's the only way that you're going to be able to somehow maintain that character arc of Darth Vader. But even then, too, it still causes a lot of problems because what it means is that it's Disney trying to bring back some of the best parts of the original trilogy, of even the prequel trilogy when it comes to, the actor who played Sidious coming back. And I think that what they're trying to do is they're simply trying, just like the title suggests with Rise of Skywalker, to clickbait people. They're trying to get people to come back and they're doing it very lazily. They're saying, oh, look, you see, we have Skywalker in the title. And then you got that idiot Kathleen Kennedy going out on the press junket saying, oh, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really mean anything. You know, it just conveys emotion. And, you know, we didn't want a title that was going to tell you what the story was about. And Josiah Rises did a great video on Geeks and Gamers today where he basically said, what are you talking about? That's what titles are supposed to do. Titles are supposed to convey what a story is about. That's the entire point. That is the entire purpose of what a title is. You're supposed to get an idea. New Hope, obviously that came after the fact, but let's go with the first film, Star Wars. It meant that we were going to see wars in space. And that's what we got, to an extent. Obviously, of course, with the, the destruction of the Death Star being a major part of that. But we had spaceships flying around, so boom, it was revealed. Empire Strikes Back. Literally the Empire striking back at, at the Rebellion. And then Revenge of the Sith. Or rather, sorry, Return of the Jedi. The Jedi literally come back because you have that amazing character arc of the character of Darth Vader. Sorry, I was losing my concentration for a second. And so you had all of these other things going on, and the titles were very clear about what they were about. And now Kathleen Kennedy is coming out saying, oh yeah, Rise of Skywalker conveys a lot of emotion and everything, but it means nothing. It doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't explain the story. And it's like, what are you talking about? This is a woman who has no idea how to explain anything. That's why we can see why Star Wars. You want to know why Star Wars is doing so poorly? Because of her. Because she's an idiot. She does not know how to run a universe. She does not know how to create a universe. And so therefore, it is very much clearly on display. So yeah, that's my overall thought. There were a couple of moments that I liked, but even that second moment of the Sidious laugh, as cool as it is, because Sidious is back, and I'm more excited for the actor playing Sidious to come back on screen in some way, and there's a lot of potential that they could have. It also just creates so many problems and so many issues, and I think it really just conveys lazy storytelling and lazy writing on behalf of J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy, who just don't know how to build a universe. Axe McCarthy says, don't forget the WWE Superstar Shakeup starts tonight. Yes, that is indeed correct. I will not be able to watch it. I will have to watch that after the fact, but I am still excited for it nonetheless. Also, Price is Right review. Thank you so much for the super chat. Sorry it took me a while to get to you, man, but thank you for the super chat. He says, Odin, you were having too much fun with Jeremy's car. Yeah. I will say this much. There was a moment when Anna and Jesse were lost, and so Jeremy had to abandon the car. We were on we were on a street. It was kind of like the sketchy underneath the building. So it wasn't a totally active street, but there were cars passing by. And so he just parks it in a place that we're not supposed to park and then says, hey man, I got to go grab them because they're going to get lost. And to be fair, the place was gigantic. And had they tried to find where we were on their own, it would have probably taken them several hours. I mean, Jeremy was trying to get Andy Goss from the UK, back, and it took them an hour and a half just to get out of the frickin' building. So he knew how crazy it was. So he's like, let me go grab them because otherwise they're going to get lost forever. And so he ended up leaving me alone in the car. Now, you guys know, like, I suffer sometimes with, you know, social anxiety and various things. So I was like freaking out because cars were passing me by. Cars were pulling up behind me, not realizing that I was parked. I had the emergency lights on just to make it very clear that the car was not going to be moving. And finally, like, you know, it felt like forever. It was probably only about 10, 15 minutes. But oh my God, it felt like forever. Finally came back, and he was like, he could tell I was kind of just freaking out. So yeah, not a big fan of the car, but thank you very much for that super chat. Price is Right. G Monkey says, glad to see you made it home safely. We had snowstorm after you left. Yeah, so it started snowing the morning I left, and I loved it. I love snow. I'm from Louisiana. We don't get a lot of it, so it was really cool to see. And I'm very sad because I heard that it was like a lot of snow, and it was like covering into the point where you could have a snowball fight. I was so upset. Guys, you have no idea how sad it was for me to leave on Sunday. Not only because it meant I had to miss the Mandalorian panel, which I really wanted to see. Jeremy did a great job covering it, though. And, of course, Star Wars Clone Wars episode, or rather seasons, I don't know, I keep saying episode, but season 7. Everything about that. You know, those were like two of the biggest panels that I really wanted to go to, and unfortunately wasn't able to. Alan Tudyk had his own panel, and I found out about it literally the day before, and I was so upset. And, you know, Jesse was really, he was like, oh, you changed your flight. Come on, stay an extra day. And I really wish that I could have, but unfortunately, because I went through Spirit, it's this whole process where you would have to pay a fee, and it would have cost more than anything else. And to be honest, it actually was, you know, it worked out for the best because my, you know, my wife's family was in town, so I got to see them. We got to get lunch, and we had to do a lot of stuff around the house because we are indeed trying to prepare for moving, because I can now tell you guys just a little bit more about it. So For those who are patrons, you know a little bit more about this. I was able to tell a few people, over the weekend. But indeed, I finally received an offer for a job that I've accepted, and it means that indeed I will be moving. So positive news all around. So yes, indeed, I do have a job for next year. It means that I'll be moving away from Louisiana, though, into the middle of the country in Tennessee. So I'm not going to tell you exactly where, because obviously for protection reasons, but in the great state of Tennessee. So at some point in time over the summer, we'll be moving, and I'll keep y'all posted on that just in case streaming schedules gets affected over the summer, but we still got a little ways. But also, that might affect streaming going on right now because obviously the priority's got to be getting the house ready to be sold and all that crazy stuff. But so it ended up working out for the best, but I will say I was so upset because everything happening on Sunday looked like so much fun, and it snowed, and I love snow. It would have been fun to have a snowball fight with them. Tina says, oh, that one, I missed that question. No problem, Tina. Slicer Neon says, I have been listening to 2x speed videos all day. Can you talk faster? Snark, Slicer Neon. Hey, man, I listen to myself on 2x speed. So whenever people say I talk too fast, I'm like, I don't think I talk that fast because I have to listen to myself on a crazy speed. Laura, what's up, Laura? Ryan stole my fan fiction story. You're awesome. The Senate says, are you streaming today because Hooker Hunter Jeremy always steals your thunder? That is true. I am indeed streaming today, so I would not be surprised if Jeremy jumps on his own live stream, especially since he's probably getting back, because I want to say he was staying over in, Kentucky last night? So I imagine, knowing him, he got up early because, that's just what he does. So I'm imagining he's probably back, and so I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to do like a recap stream just like I'm doing, because that's what Jeremy does. He steals my thunder. Yes, Ginevra. Alex McCarthy says, still waiting for the White and the Furious 3 Chicago Drift. I didn't check his channel. Did he put 2 White, 2 Furious up yet? Because that was my favorite video. That was so much fun. Next celebration, Anaheim. Did they announce it? Star Wars celebration. I guess that would be, 2021? Did they announce that? Or 2020? Anaheim! What? They're doing one next year? Oh, that's cool. I thought they were going to wait 2 years. That's actually kind of exciting. That's interesting, too, because they said they were going to hold off on films. So what are they going to be announcing? I guess shows? I guess they're going to do Mandalorians and, that kind of update. I don't know. That's interesting. But that's awesome, Laura, because Laura's from California, and so that means that, because after going this year, I think that, depending, of course, on how Episode 9 goes, how The Mandalorian goes, how Clone Wars ends, obviously there's a lot of things in play to see what direction the Lucasfilm seems to be going, if Kathleen Kennedy's still involved, all that stuff could easily take into a play. But I would like to go just to be able to meet up with people again. California is a great place to visit. I've been to Anaheim before. I've actually been to it's not really, this was actually my first, con. I've been to a conference before, but it was like an education conference. So I don't really count that because it's not the same, but it was in Anaheim. So I'm imagining it might be in the same building. That's exciting because that means I have the potential to meet Laura next year. Ah, yeah. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And next year, I'm definitely going to try and come. I want to see. They don't have dates yet for it yet. But that's interesting. Okay, that's awesome, though. That's really cool. We thought it was going to be in California. It just made the most sense to us. Demon Sight says, hey, Odin, good footage over the weekend. Really enjoyed it. Glad that you liked it. I do have some more footage, some 1080p footage that I'm going to try and get up over the next day or so. But things have obviously been pretty crazy. Short Term Gaming says, how long are you streaming? Going to be off for a couple of hours? So yeah, I'm going to be going on and probably till around 8:30, or rather, no, 8:15 or so. So next, probably another hour and 10 minutes or so. It's about another 70 minutes. And then I am going to try something different. So there's something called Restream that I just discovered, and apparently you can connect multiple accounts to it, including this new thing called DLive, which is what PewDiePie is using. And so I might do a test run with that after this stream ends. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll try and drop the link to it when I get it set up. I've never tried it before, have no idea if the streams are going to work. I know there's certain settings that you need to have or that they suggest having. I don't know how it works, so I'm going to do some test runs on that, because if I can get that working, then that means that when I stream, I can stream to Twitch, I can stream to YouTube, DLive, I think I also got one up on Periscope, all at the same time. And so therefore, it broadens the audience appeal. If people don't want to watch on YouTube because they don't want to support YouTube, they can do that. And also DLive is something that's brand new that I've never experienced before. And so all potentiality, again, a lot of potential. So if I'm hoping I can get that to work, because that would be actually really cool to be able to have that type of capacity. Because also there's a way that you can get a chat app where all the different chats are in one place. So you don't have to go to different windows. It's all just contained in the one place. So that might be something to play around with a little bit later. Let's see. All right, so Serve Term Gaming had the last chat before it jumped on me. So let's just go back up to Serve Term Gaming. Oh man, so many chats. I've been talking up a storm. I've been talking up a storm today. Oh man. All right, so Slice of Neon says, I guess Quasimodo doesn't want Disney live action remake too. Oh yeah, yeah, Slice of Neon's. I'm glad that no one got hurt. But it's still a very important historical place. Has one of my favorite, it's based off of one of my favorite Disney animations, which is indeed The Hunchback of Notre Dame. But also, of course, for religious reasons, too. So my prayers are with, the people of the cathedral, that indeed no one was hurt. Again, nothing's been reported yet at this point that anyone was hurt. So I want to make sure that everyone indeed is okay before anything. Yeah, so I wouldn't joke about it. Alexander says, Notre Dame couldn't hold Frollo's singing. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to joke about that, because I still think, even if no one was hurt, it's still a very serious thing. That's still a lot of damage being done to a very important historical place, especially for religious reasons. So not going to go after that, please. Thank you. Zinewater says, eat anything yummy while up there? Not really. I didn't have time to eat. So I ate at the location for the most part. So we went to the same, there was a little strip mall, not strip mall, but it was a little series of like 3 or 4 different places to eat. So the first day on Friday, because it was a Friday of Lent, I couldn't eat any meat. And so I ended up having a slice of pizza, a slice of cheese pizza, which is just disgusting because I love pepperoni. And so to have cheese pizza is just like so bland. So I had that. It was $7. It was $7 freaking dollars for a slice of pizza in this place. They were price gouging up the wazoo. So it was decent. It was a fine slice. I mean, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever had, but still, cheese pizza, not the best thing that I could have had on that day. Then we went to Patty Mac's for the Phantom Menace meetup, which was a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of really cool people. It was a little crazy for me at times. A lot of people all in a very, small space. But overall, it was fine. It was okay. And I will say this much. I see a lot of people leaving. Is there another stream? Did Jeremy pop up on a stream? Damn right. Dude, why? Jeremy, why do you keep on doing this? That is ridiculous. Oh my God. Seriously, Jeremy, you're stealing my thunder, man. You are stealing my thunder. Valkyrie, go over and harass Jeremy saying, why do you always have to stream when Odin streams? Every single time. Always stealing my thunder. He needs to go to bed. That's what he needs to do. He needs to go to bed. But anyway, we went to Patty Mac's Zine. I ended up having fish and chips. So that was pretty good. I actually got to choose sweet potato fries. Sweet potato fries were freaking delicious. The fish was okay. I mean, fish and chips. Fried fish can only go so far. And but then on Saturday, I was able to get a burger at the same place that we went to before. And I don't really remember much else. So, Demon Scythe. Let's see, he says, Clone Wars and The Mandalorian have given me reason to stay a Star Wars fan for now. Was there no Last Jedi panel at Celebration or anything The Last Jedi? No, nothing, because obviously they recognize the problems with that film. A great comment that was made by a voice actor who did the voice of Akbar, actually. He threw so much shade at Last Jedi. Guys, if you've not seen the video, look it up. I think it's Thomas Kane is his name. Look up that footage. It is awesome. He basically says that, he's like, yeah, I mean, it was so, I never understood why Akbar had to, die so ceremoniously, and he's out in space. And who is this Holdo person anyway? Why is she the one that makes the sacrifice? It should really have been Akbar. And the host gets so uncomfortable and basically says, oh, okay, yeah, all right, let's move on. Basically trying to move on from the subject. He was so embarrassed because Kane knows, everyone knows The Last Jedi was a joke. It was awful. The very fact that you have The Rise of Skywalker, that it's so on the nose with its clickbait title, shows you that they know and recognize they have to get people back. They've got to get people back. Oh my God, yeah, but nothing about The Last Jedi at all. It was great. The only time Kathleen Kennedy was on stage was for the Episode 9 panel. And everything else, I think she was gone. I don't think she did, to my knowledge, I don't think she did any other panels. And you know what? Dave Filoni was on almost every panel. Like, he was on anything that was major to do with Star Wars, he was on. Like, he was on the Rebels Remembered, he had the Clone Wars panel, he had the Mandalorian panel, And he had his own interview too, which I was able to cover. And oh my God, like this dude's amazing. Dave Filoni's fantastic. Dave Filoni for president. Seriously, he should be running the show. I know that he's, being creative is not enough sometimes to be, the head of a studio. But at this point in time, he would be better than Kathleen Kennedy. At least he would have a vision. At least he's creative. Kathleen Kennedy has no idea what the hell she's talking about. See, Greta says, I was happy with the premiere, got reunions out of the way, and the RNL equals J revelation. It makes the battle more complicated. Yeah, Greta, it makes it so much more complicated talking about Game of Thrones here. I really liked it a lot. I think that it sets up for the season. Now, of course, that episode can become bad if their following episodes don't live up to it. I think that as a starting episode, as one that kind of sets the stage for what's eventually going to come, that it could be fine. My biggest problem, to be honest, is the fact that almost no one seems to really care all that much, for the people that know, that those two are related. I think that that's kind of disturbing to me. It's like, okay, you know they're related, you know that it's wrong, and yet no one's freaking out about it. Okay. Like, it just kind of blew my mind. I was like, really? This isn't a big deal? It should be a big deal. I know it's more complicated than just that, but that was one thing. And then anytime they have that gratuitous sex, like seriously, there was one scene where they had just gratuitous nudity, gratuitous sex, and I'm like, why? There was no purpose. There was no purpose for this scene. You could have conveyed the same information without the scene. But I just feel like sometimes these shows, they feel like they have to do it because, oh, we're on HBO and we have to do this. And it's just silly. I don't like it. Mayor Jeremy says, I want him to be a Sith Force ghost. I mean, that's a possibility. That would obviously cause some questions, and they'd have to explain some things, but it's definitely a possibility. Zinewater says, Palpatine being back also makes Snoke even more pointless to this trilogy. Well, as we know, Rian Johnson pretty much destroyed any and everything that was planned, or at least that JJ had in mind for the series, that's for sure. Hammer says, it brings me great joy that Reylo is pretty much dead. Daisy Ridley says she can't get behind it. Yeah, I heard that same thing too. I heard that she had actually made it very clear. She said in very clear terms that that is not happening. That is not the case. So thank God for that. Donovan Martin says, going to Star Wars Celebration next year in Anaheim since I live in Irvine, California. Can't wait to hopefully see you guys. Yeah, dude, I plan on going. I would love to go. It's going to be a little bit harder for me to travel because I'll be traveling from a new place. But I'm definitely open to it. I know that Jeremy's probably going to be open to it too. His live stream, I see, is still up. It says, Free Star Wars Celebration 2020. I really want to know what he's talking about. But of course, he's streaming while I'm streaming. How dare he? But no, I think that's exciting because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of fans that are, a lot of people, a lot of subscribers, a lot of Phantom Menace types that are living in California. And so I know that it's going to be really cool to be able to meet up with even more people, to see even more people that couldn't go to Chicago. And, obviously California is not the best state in the world, but the people are why we go. And again, as I said before, it's going to be really cool to go again and know now more than before how to cover it, how to do more. I know now that I'm probably going to have to, at some point in time, invest in a heavier duty laptop that can actually, process video on the go. And to get like live stuff up to you, instant videos, try to actually get something set up with interviews with people, with, fans, with, fans of Star Wars who are actually at the convention, with subscribers, like things like that. Like, there's just so many thoughts in my head. I mean, there's so many things that Jeremy wants to do. There's so many things that I would love to do also, to love to be able to, add to it, to add to everything that we, have envisioned. Jeremy has a really beautiful vision. He really does. He has so many things planned for it. He has so many things that he really wants to do, and I'm fully on board with him. I'm fully on board with everything that he wants to do, and if he wants to go to Celebration next year, he knows I have his back. I will be right next to him. I will help him out with whatever he needs to do, and I would love to be able to do more content, not just for Geeks and Gamers, but of course also for the Odin's Movie Vlog channel as well. And so I'm very excited just for the possibility. Alexander says, Game of Thrones has a plot going now, so all of the premiere was good. I like the jump scare scene too. Alexander, that's a positive thing to say about Game of Thrones. That's actually surprising. I like that. US Dutch Kitty 84, welcome to the channel. And Legit 36, welcome to the channel as well. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. Dude, did Jeremy just stop live streaming? I just saw he stopped. I saw that our view count has jumped. Holy crap. Jeremy, I'm mostly kidding, man. If you want to live stream, man, you go ahead and live stream. Let me see. Is he trying to contact me? Sometimes he does that. Sometimes he just decides to make decisions. All right, no, he's not contacting me. I don't have my watch on, so I wouldn't be able to know either way. So that'd be funny though if he jumped off the live stream for me. We'll see. Alex McCarthy says, if he's a clone or Force Ghost of Palpatine, I would accept that and wouldn't think it would ruin Anakin's redemption. Yeah, I mean, obviously, they're going to have to do certain things with it in order to make it work. They're going to have to do certain things with it. Oh, boy. Here he comes. Here he comes. Call me right now. Speaking of the devil, what's going on, man?
Dropped off the live stream for you because you're very intimidating with your beard.
We'll have you on speakerphone for everyone, so thank you. I was mostly joking, but that's hilarious.
No, yeah, it's cool. No, I was just want to do that quick announcement, so just let your peeps know. I just announced a free Star Wars Celebration 2020 trip for one fan of Geeks and Gamers. I'm going to pay for airfare, hotel, and the tickets, 5-day ticket.
Holy crap, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, but I don't have time to talk right now because I have to apply for my 3 part-time jobs at Walmart, Sears, and there's a gas station with a really shady manager. He may try to do some stuff to me, but I got to get these jobs to pay for it. So.
Oh my God.
Anyway, all right, go do your thing, man. I just want to let you know, yes, I did that all for you, and I need all the credit and for everyone to praise me for it.
Oh, dude, I've been praising you nonstop, man. I'm talking about how great job. Now, since I have you on the phone, Virtue, no, this is all true. Dude, you seriously did so much great work at this year's celebration, man, and it was so much fun being up there with you and being your sidekick. It was great. It was so much fun.
Well, I mean, it was a pleasure to have you there too, my friend, and you're going to be there with me the next year. Don't worry, I'm getting you there, and we're going to have a lot of fun, and we have a good thing going right now, man. And I was honored to have you there, man.
Well, thank you for inviting me. Thank you again for the tickets, and I'm so excited for next year because there's a lot of people from California that weren't able to go this year, including Gary. So it's gonna be great to be able to have something guaranteed to be able to meet up with them.
Yeah, definitely. All right, buddy. Well, you get back to do your live stream, and we'll talk later, okay?
All right, and you get back to work, but get some rest, okay? You didn't get a lot of sleep. Have a meal. Spend some time with the family. All right.
All right, man. Have a good stream.
All right, you too.
Bye.
Bye. Again, awesome dude right there, Jeremy. That's awesome. So you didn't hear that. Again, I don't know if the phone was coming through because as you guys know, I read all the chats, so I don't have the live chat up right now. Let me get the live dashboard up. Hopefully, y'all were able to hear some of that. All right, cool. Sounds like y'all were able to hear some of that. All right, cool. Because I have the live chat up over here. All right, let me go back to this. Loud and clear. Perfect. Awesome. So glad to hear that. But anyway, if you did not hear beforehand, he had just announced on the channel that he is going to be bringing one fan of the Geeks and Gamers channel, all expense paid trip to Celebration next year in Anaheim, California. So please stay tuned. The Geeks and Gamers channel. Go check out his video because he was announcing that, which is awesome. And he's an awesome dude. Seriously, he got my ticket. He got my 5-day pass to Celebration, and he was able to take care of me in a lot of other ways, and it was just awesome. And he had my back. He knew that I was having some anxiety issues, and he had my back all the way, was checking on me nonstop. So, again, Jeremy, you're awesome. And seriously, get some sleep and go eat some food. Sorry, we got a couple people. Zach Attack. What's going on, Zach Attack? Are you? Wait a minute. If this is Zach Attack, if you're the Zach that I was calling Zach Attack, and you didn't like that very much, dude, we need to get back on the wrestling stuff. I really want to do some more wrestling streams. Obi-Wan27883, Obi-Wan, what's going on, man? Welcome to the channel. No Game of Thrones spoilers yet, please. Jeremy sent Geeks and Gamers stream here. Awesome. Well, anyone that's here from Geeks and Gamers, thank you so much for being here. Smash the like button, please. Thank you so much for being here. We're talking about Star Wars Celebration, taking questions from the chat. If you're the first time here, what I do is I literally go through the chat and read every single thing that people want to either ask or say. All you need to do is tag me. Odin question is how it's listed. That way it just makes it clearer for everything. So if you are wondering why I'm not talking to the live chat, if you're wondering why I'm like 30 minutes behind, it's because I interact and talk with everybody. That's just what I do here. That is what I do. Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday. That is my streaming schedule. So thank you for being here. Drop a like, though, if you, at the very least, I'd appreciate it. John Early says, that Terminator is out there. It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear. It absolutely will not stop ever until you are dead. Ah, yes. I love Terminator franchise so much. Scooter2D2 says, in case it didn't pop up for you, I'm seriously and for real worried about Episode 9 and where this all end for the Skywalker Saga. I am worried, too. And the reason why is because the trilogy was already ruined by Episode 8. I mean, Rian Johnson already ruined it. And now J.J. Abrams is going to have to pick up the pieces, and he might try, and as we see in the trailer, jump the shark, or in this case, jump the TIE fighter in order to do it. And if he does that, it could be very damaging to the Star Wars saga. It could be very damaging to the Empire's, to the Skywalker saga in general. Alexander says, Jeremy saw Stephen Colbert in the flesh and Kathleen Kennedy. Pray for his recovery. Yes, he did, and I was so upset I wasn't there because I told Gannison and a couple other people I would boo her when she came out on stage for them, but unfortunately because of a stupid protest, oh yeah, before I even got to Celebration, there was this truck protest going on for God knows what, where all the trucks in the city were on every major highway in the Chicago area in the right-hand lane going the minimum speed. And, of course, that was backing everything up because there was this giant line of trucks. It was insane. And because of that, I missed the Star Wars Episode 9 panel. And the only reason why I'm upset by that is not because I missed the trailer. It's not because I missed the exclusive footage. It's because I didn't get to actually boo Kathleen Kennedy in person. I'm very upset by that. I want my money back. For Jeremy. McDermott says, even in the EU, Dark Empire Sidious returns. I don't think his return ruins Vader's redemption, but his return should imitate Dark Empire, where he's desperate to survive. Thoughts? Yeah, I guess I said, if they're going to go in that direction, I think that from what I've heard of Dark Empire, again, I've never read that comic, but I hear interesting things about it. I hear there's actually a lot of splits. I hear there's a huge split on that. Some people love it, some people hate it. Anytime that you bring clones into the discussion, it's going to cause a lot of, problems. But I love, for example, in the Thrawn trilogy, in the the Thrawn duology, in Outbound Flight, all that stuff, and all the way they deal with clones and all the other stuff is really cool. So I personally would, I hope that I just want to do it right. I just want a good Star Wars movie. That's what I want. I want a good Star Wars movie. Can we get that first? Can we just get a good Star Wars movie under Disney? Because the best thing we have right now is The Force Awakens, and even that one has plenty of problems to it, and got totally ruined by the second film in the franchise. Laura, Ryan stole my fanfiction story. Saw the news, Laura. Thank you again. So excited to be able to meet up with you next year. Says, Galaxy's Edge, Disneyland has Ahsoka lightsabers. Really? Oh, that's really cool. That is really cool. I love Ahsoka. And Laura, cannot wait to be at Celebration with you next year. That's going to be fun. That is going to be fun. And again, it's the people that make it fun. It's the people. It's Dave Filoni that makes Star Wars worth talking about. 8-Bit Snake Boy says, Odin! Great to see the Clone Wars trailer several times too. So much better than the Episode 9 preview, which looked like trash and seems to be ruining canon again. Yes, retcon. As my personal title for it is Rise of the Retcon. Because now we have a retcon of the retcon of the retcon. Because think about it. Episode 7, Force Awakens, was a retcon of the original trilogy in a lot of ways. Episode 8 was even a bigger retcon, not just the original trilogy, but also of Episode 7. And then you have Episode 9, which is going to be a retcon of Episode 8, which was a retcon of Episode 7, which all three of them have been retcons of the original trilogy. So, Rise of the Retcon is a perfect title for it indeed. Jeremy Swig says, I was so excited for Chubbs. Nice. Bruce, I made it. Bruce, so glad you're in the chat. Bruce, guys, gets a huge shout out. I shouted him out on the end of my video today, but I wanted to shout him out on the live stream tonight as well. He had heard I had never seen the movie Akira, and so he went out of his way to buy me Akira and sent it to me. So I got the DVD Blu-ray combo pack, and thank you, Bruce. Again, huge shout out to Bruce. Again, Akira, cannot wait to see this for the first time in my life. I'm going to try and watch it sometime this week. Very excited. It's the 25th anniversary edition. So, Bruce, thank you very much, man. You know I love my Blu-rays. You know I love my movies. And this is a must watch. So, thank you very much. Huge shout out and claps for Bruce in the chat for being an awesome dude and sending that to me when he did not have to. Thank you very much. Mr. Millennium, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Says, I never knew how much social anxiety I had until my school's prom the other night. That night was pretty rough, so I feel you, man. Yeah, man, again, social anxiety is just one of those things where it's sometimes situational. Again, it's just anytime you're in a crowd. For me, it's more situational. For me, it's when I'm in a crowd of people I don't know. That's normally when I have the most anxiety. When I don't know what I'm doing, when I don't know where I'm going, that's when I get anxiety. And so I was obviously feeling that a lot on the first day because eventually somehow I lost the 6'5" giant Jeff from World Class BSers somehow and couldn't find them again. And so I ended up being on my own, alone for about like 2 hours. No lie, I was on my own for about 2 hours. And it was like one of the worst things ever. And so eventually Jeremy caught up with me, found me, saved me, and it was great. And then Anna and Jesse got there too, and it was a lot of fun. So once that happened, the anxiety went down a lot, and it was great. Obi-Wan 27883. I live near Anaheim, so when you come next year for celebration, would love to offer hospitality and tour guide services, including great local food. Well, Obi-Wan, thank you very much, man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that what we're probably going to do is all just going to be in the same hotel, similar to what we had going on before. I was the oddball. You know, I was in a different hotel, but we were all in the same area. That's probably what we're going to end up doing, just so that way we all have the ability to have our own place at the end of the night, and also, of course, so that way we can come up and do collaborative live streams and all that good stuff. So, but thank you, man. I appreciate it. Would definitely love some touring, you know, if we have time. See, that was the one thing. And for Chicago, I thought there would be maybe more time. There wasn't really a whole lot of time because we were doing so much coverage of the event itself, and which was fun. I mean, it was so much fun to do that. And so I honestly don't know if I'll have a lot of time to do that. I think that for next year, I'll have to try and find out, especially depending on its date. I really wish they would do it over the summer, personally. I would love it because I have the summers off as a teacher. So if they did it over the summer, I could dedicate, you know, an entire week to covering it, doing nonstop, like doing full-fledged coverage of the event. But with teaching, if they do it in April, I mean, that's still, you know, that's towards the end of the year. And that's a hard, you know, it's going to be hard to be able to request those days. And so I might only be able to request a couple of days, or, you know, for this year, I only requested my Friday off. So I only requested one day off. But I would love to do more. So once those dates come out, I really hope that they are able to move it to the summer. I know that's going to cause some problems, and it's probably going to be more expensive for them, and they probably won't do it. But, man, it would be so much better for me. But I appreciate that, Obi-Wan. And the Mr. Pete channel needs 700 subs, says, I heard Rey's Jedi Order may be called Skywalkers. Yeah, that's I think, the biggest... That's the biggest rumor going on, is that because basically it all comes from this current trend in the Timothy Zahn novels. So for those that don't know, that was the guy that wrote the original Thrawn trilogy, the Thrawn duology, and he's written his own modern trilogy as well under Star Wars, under the Disney Star Wars brand. And one of the things that he's done is he's gone back into the history of Thrawn, and so what, you know, basically it's the Chiss who are Force sensitive, apparently, who are able to, I think, bend the universe, bend time, or something to that effect. Again, I could be wrong on this. I have not read it, but I do know that basically Force users are known and called Skywalkers, and I believe it's the Chiss who are Force sensitive, who are able to do crazy things with the Force, like I think bend space or bend time. So, or maybe it's just space. I could be wrong on that. I'm sure someone in the chat's going to be like, boom, got you. Alex Martinez, hello there. What's going on, Alex Martinez? Lou in the chat says, hey dude, how's your day going? Do you think it's really Palpatine or a holocron? I don't know. Because they got the actor, you know, because they got the actual actor back, I think that it's going to be Palpatine. I think the two most likely theories is either he's going to be a Force ghost or he's going to be a clone. To me, those are the only two that make the most sense, especially since you have the fallen, broken piece of the Death Star. It makes a lot of sense that they could try and go aboard and, you know, go around the wreckage, and you have a Force ghost, you know, a Sith Force ghost for the first time in at least the live-action movies in that way, and Palpatine could appear at that point. But because they put his laugh in the trailer, that tells me that he might have a bigger role to play here. That's just what it seems like, even if he's just a Force ghost. Grandmaster Yoda says, I can see how clones can work, but JJ stepped away from clones because people hated midichlorians. So if he did do his retcons episode 7, his own argument for his own film starting point. Well, here's the thing, is that you don't really need midichlorians necessarily for cloning to work. That's the big thing, is that with cloning, midichlorians is not really a problem. Like, even in the EU novels, that was before midichlorians had even really been revealed yet, you know, by the time the prequels came around, because the EU stuff all was mostly, you know, 90s material. And it was just authors having fun with the source material. It was great. They didn't really go into midichlorians at all, but cloning was still a part of it. So they could still make that work. Greta says, didn't I call it way back when I said the third movie was probably going to start with an R? You did. You did. Keep in mind. And also what I think is interesting is that you have another return. Remember, Return of the Jedi. Now it's, now it's like Rise of the Skywalker. It's so interesting how that works. In fact, if you work that out, Rise of the Skywalker, Revenge of the Sith. JJ, oh my gosh. Again, JJ can do certain things very well, but he borrows so much material. That dude steals so much material. It's crazy. Obi-Wan 27883, thank you again for another super chat, says, OG Star Wars Legends on for the win. Decanonize all Disney Star Wars. Yeah, seriously. Make that original Thrawn trilogy canon, and we'll be fine. We don't need this current trilogy to be canon. It's got way too many problems. It doesn't even work as a trilogy. It does not even work as a freaking trilogy. It's insane. And also the Dark Side Queen, welcome to the channel as well. Hammer says in the chat, I think JJ should have brought back Snoke instead of the Emperor, who exploded into a billion of who exploded into a billion pieces. Yeah, Hammer, I think that Snoke. Here's just the thing though, is we don't know. We honestly don't know what they're going to do with it. We don't know how big Palpatine. Palpatine could have a very small role. He could have a very large role. Snoke could come back, technically, theoretically. Who knows? We honestly don't. And I know that a lot of people don't care. I'm kind of still in that boat because the trailer was meh at best. And as I said, there were two things I liked. And one of them is problematic. I do like Palpatine a lot. It's cool to see him back on screen if they do that. But it creates so many continuity problems. It creates so many character problems, especially with the Star Wars Darth Vader character arc. I think that it causes way too many more problems than it does provide anything, positive. And the only other positive thing I liked about the trailer was seeing Billy D. Williams back on screen in the Millennium Falcon. I thought that was cool. I like that. But that's not enough. That is not enough to get me fully vested and have full faith back in their live-action Star Wars. To have full faith in J.J. Abrams or Kathleen Kennedy. God, let alone Kathleen Kennedy, who doesn't even know what the trailer, doesn't even know what the title means. Has admitted on camera. She has no idea what it means. She's an idiot. Alex Martinez says, why do you think that Kathleen Kennedy, or better yet, Jon Favreau, haven't released the Mandalorian trailer and clips? I think it's because they want it to be the best thing ever. Seriously, I mentioned this before to Jeff, and he mentioned it on one of his streams, and so I'll say it again. I honestly think that Disney's future is their streaming service. They want that thing to sell so many subscriptions. They have a goal in mind. They want to be able to take over the world, and they're going to do that through the streaming service itself. And so they want one of their flagship shows, because keep in mind, Mandalorian is going to be available once it goes live. November 12th is when it goes live, which means we'll get episodes of Mandalorian. They have not really announced. I haven't looked into it whether they're going to release it all at once like Netflix or if they're going to do it a weekly thing. Probably, I guess they would do kind of like a Game of Thrones, release it by the week, I would imagine. But we know that we're going to get the first episode at the very least on November 12th. And I know that I was already planning on getting in the first place. I was kind of just waiting to see what they were going to put into the package. Because you guys know, I mean, if they were going to put in their entire library of movies, not just Marvel and Star Wars, but their entire like gigantic library of animated movies, shows, and things, $7 a month especially is a steal. And you also remember, I've got nieces and nephews, and they still love the Disney. They love the classic Disney especially. And so those are kind of my mindsets behind getting it. But if I'm also able to cover Mandalorian, hey, that's another thing I'm able to talk about in the channel. And I would love to talk about the show because it looks great. It does. And I would love to be able to get back to you guys to show you whether or not it's good or whether or not it's crap the bed. So I think the reason why they haven't revealed too much about it is because they want it to be perfect, whatever it is they do. Cupcake Geek, what's going on? Cupcake Geek says, hi Odin, what do you think of the pattern of decreasing views on YouTube? It's a very weird thing, Cupcake, because I've of course noticed it on my channel, and it wasn't really until this weekend that really started to change. But even then, I'm not getting the same numbers that I was getting, about a month ago. And to me, the bigger thing was subscriber count. Subscriber count was going nuts. Like seriously, it was going absolutely nuts. And then this weekend happened, and it's been a pretty nice bump. But that's the reason why, at the end of the day, we try to, or have to really try to not worry as much about that. To try and produce as much, as good of content as we can, to try and reach out to you guys, and to try and find other ways to be able to support ourselves. That's why I don't do this full time. If I was able to do this full time, I would, because it's so much fun. I would love to be able to do more live streams. I would love to be able to do more coverage of other things, to talk about all things movie related. But because I'm limited to only really being able to do one video a day and, live streams on certain days, I'm kind of limited with what I can do and what I can cover. And I kind of got to play that stupid algorithm game. But that's the reason why, as I mentioned before and very, early in the stream, I'm going to be trying something at the end of the stream for basically after the stream's over, after the main stream's over, where there's something called Restream, where you're able to stream simultaneously on Twitch, on YouTube. I have it set it up on Periscope. I have it set it up on DLive, which is the new thing that it's cryptocurrency run apparently, which is interesting. I've never really dove into that before. So I'm going to try that out, see if that works, because if that does, it means I'll have more avenues to be able to stream at the same time and not have to sacrifice any of the audiences. So that's something I'm going to try out after this stream is over. Let's see. Sailor Moon loves Tuxedo Mask. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Says, I only find Return of the Jedi and all stories that take place before that interesting. If a story takes place after Return of the Jedi, I'm just not that interested. Hey, Sailor Moon, I totally hear where you're coming from. As I've said before about the prequels have a lot of problems, but at least they're a cohesive story. they do introduce some pretty cool things, and I think they bring a lot of great actors into the franchise, especially was Ian McDermott that plays Palpatine. I probably just butchered that guy's name. Why am I saying, is it Ian McDermott? I really hope I didn't. I really hope I didn't screw that up. I'm already feeling so bad because I messed up the freaking Tatooine question. So let me just make sure. Ian McDermott. Okay, Ian McDermott. Okay, I was close. All right, I was close. I didn't totally butcher it. I'm glad to see that. But yeah, Sailor Moon, I totally understand where you're coming from. But because Ian McDermott is now part of the universe, I just love that. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Seriously. And to have had more of him in that process is great. To have more of him in this universe is great. To have him get to not just be the Emperor and, shrouded, but to actually be able to show him before he became the Emperor, I think it's really cool. So there's a lot of cool things that I really do like about the prequels, but I understand where you're coming from. Laura Ryan stole my fan fiction story. Thank you again for the super chat. Says, I think they shadow banned Star Wars Celebration videos. That wouldn't surprise me, seeing that they took down certain videos. The live stream that I did covering the Rebels panel is still up. And what they did was they did something weird. I've never seen it before, is they split the revenue. Now, obviously, Disney is taking way much more of the revenue. It's not really a 50-50 split, because I think the ad revenue I got for it was like 30 cents. And I was like, oh, gee, thanks, Disney. I appreciate that. Now, of course, that to me makes sense because I was live streaming one of their events. And so that makes sense that they would do that. But I'm just glad that it's able to actually stay up in the first place, because I didn't really care about the ad revenue for it. I cared more about covering the event, because there were a lot of people that weren't able to watch it because they weren't live streaming it. 8-Bit Snake Boy, also Doran Bowman, welcome to the channel. 8-Bit Snake Boy says, you said it, Kathleen Kennedy is a complete moron when it comes to Star Wars. Has she ever seen the previous movies? Every time she opens her mouth, her stupidity comes tumbling out. It's true. She has no idea, no concept of what Star Wars is. None. And it becomes blatantly obvious every time she talks about it. The fact that she came out and said the title of this movie, Rise of Skywalker, doesn't mean anything, and that she said that the title, that they didn't want the title to convey what the story's about, proves she's an idiot. Since the very beginning of movie making, titles have been used to convey what a story is about, because you got to be able to build interest. And if you think that, if they were to say, seriously, if the movie comes out and has nothing to do with the Skywalkers or even the word Skywalker, people are going to hate it. They're going to say, why did they choose this title? Clickbait. And that's going to make people mad, even if the movie is good. Because they say, seriously, you tried to bait us into it. Why didn't you just tell us, give us a title that actually connected to the story? Honestly, I think that it does connect to the story. I just think Kathleen Kennedy is such an idiot, she doesn't realize it. 70 says, Alan Tudyk is from Texas. Oh, well, that explains why he's such an amazing person. Zion Water says, oof, I know moving pains, going through it right now. Nice. All right. Oh, guys, I am so far behind. This is insane. And then Tina says, and Jeremy just went live. Well, that was a long time ago. So that tells you where I am currently in the chat. Alex McCarthy says, congrats. Oh, thank you. Oh, man, this is from such a long time ago. This is crazy. Tina, thank you. Tennessee is beautiful and not too far away from the Commonwealth of Kentucky. That was one of the first things on my mind, Tina. So definitely going to have some meetups with Tina. And I'm going to try before I go to Tennessee to try and get a meetup with Steph, who's in Texas. Because while I'm still close to Texas, I want to be able to take care of that. Yes, Tatooine. Tatooine, are you from Tennessee? Okay, cool. Darth Morrill says, Game of Thrones is back. Yes, it is. And I, for the most part, really liked the first episode of the season. I want it to be longer, though. I want every episode to be a mini-movie. We deserve it. Every episode should be fantastic. Jeremy Swiggs, hey, that is halfway to me. It would be cool to meet up with you sometime. Jeremy Swiggs, I am totally down for that. Soul Assassin says, congratulations to the new job opportunity. Thank you, Soul Assassin. Appreciate that. As Martinez says, Jeremy just started streaming. It's the third time in a row that Jeremy is splitting his stream with you. Nice. Rhaegar Targaryen, I saw this comment, and Rhaegar, I already do listen to Ben Shapiro on not 2.2 times. If I have to, I can listen to him on 2 times speed. When I'm driving, though, I listen to him on 1.5. I listen to the man on 1.5. I can't listen to him. I can't listen to anything on regular speed. It's just so slow. To me, it's so slow. And I only have so much time. Okay, it says, oh, he's, yeah, he says, streaming right now. Oh my God, so. Tina says, it is now 6:47 Central Standard Time. Jeremy came live at 6:45. It is now 7:24, so I'm 30 minutes behind. That's insane. Oh my God, that's so insane. Welcome, guys. We're back. This hasn't happened in a very long time, but when I start talking about things that I'm passionate about, I'm going to get backed up. And this is the reason why I'm doing the Odin question and only reading the Odin questions, because we get backed up. Obi-Wan, thank you again for... thank you, man. That's very generous of you. Obi-Wan 27883 says, don't take Jeremy food advice for California. You'd only eat In-N-Out all the whole time if you leave it up to him. There's a legit JRRT Hobbit restaurant. What? Wait, J.R.R. Tolkien Hobbit restaurant. Each dinner is 7 courses. French food. Any interest? Dude, that sounds amazing. Yes, definitely interested in that. And In-N-Out's really good. To be honest, as long as there's a fat burger nearby. I actually lived in California. This is a fun fact about me. I lived in California. I lived in Los Angeles, actually, in Mar Vista for about 9 months, and I worked at an independent production company, and very, very low, very, very independent production company. It was a Jesuit-run production company, and one of my first meals there, my first meal after moving in was at Fatburger. And ever since, I fell in love with it because it was so good. It was cheaper. You could get like 3 gigantic patties for like $10, like less than $10. It was a great deal, and it was delicious on top of it. Jaiga Tudor says, Jeremy just started a live stream. Of course. Of course. Of course he did. I called it, man. G-Monkey, congrats, Odin. Tennessee is beautiful. It is, and that's why we love it. We've been there several times now. We know that we love the area, and so I'm very, very happy. Very, very happy. Donovan Martin says, I'm from California too. Hopefully to see you and Jeremy. Donovan, yeah, I mean, if you're still in Cali, I mean, there's a very good chance that I'm going to be there in some capacity. Whether how long I'm there is going to be obviously up in the air, but I'm definitely going. Definitely going. Sasha Neon says, Anaheim will announce the Clone Wars Season 8. Still start praying. Sasha Neon, I don't think that's going to happen. And the reason why is because of Dave Filoni. Because one thing that Dave Filoni tried to make very clear about this entire thing, about the entire season, is that he already was hesitant to do Season 7. And the only reason why he took it on is because he wanted to complete the story, but also he wanted to complete it right. That's why I love him. Because he told Lucasfilm, I'm not just doing this so that you get another season. I'm doing this because, and I'm only going to be doing it if I can do it my way. And that's why I trust the guy, because he cares about the story. He cares about his characters. He cares about Star Wars. And he's going to try and make the best product that he possibly can. And so that's why I'm excited for it. And you can call me, you can, say, and you can have your doubts. And hey, you have every right to doubt everything that they're doing. But Dave Filoni, he loves Star Wars. He was able to rekindle the very love that I have for Star Wars as a universe this weekend, and so I'm excited. I'm willing to support him in that, and to watch Star Wars, the Clone Wars episode, Season 7, because it just looks really good. It does. But he's gonna end it. I mean, he's gonna end it. It's not even gonna be a full season, and even if it's very successful, Dave Filoni is gonna want to put the foot down. If it continues, it might not be him doing it, and at that point, I'm not watching it, because if Dave Filoni's not running Clone Wars, I have no interest. At that point, I have no interest in it whatsoever. So I think that he's gonna be ending that. Now, Rebels, there's always the potential that a Rebels could come around. There's always that potential. Oh, my God. And so, of course, the chat has now jumped on me. And so now, because I was so far behind, I am getting into... So don't go ahead and, repost things that I've already talked about. But if you remember where your comment was, and you don't hear it in succession, you might need to post it again because it just jumped on me. But anyway, let me get to some super chats while I figure this out. Nicholas Glenn, thank you for the super chat, says, glad you made it home. Nice meeting you. I slept for 10 hours when I got home yesterday. New channel is up. Would love your feedback. Echo Base Network. So guys, go check out Echo Base Network. Nicholas Glenn, just send me a private message on Twitter. That way I'm able to actually have access to it, because it's very hard for me sometimes to remember these things. So just direct message me, and I'll definitely check it out. Would love to give you some feedback on that, man. So guys, go check out Echo Base Network. Valks, if you can drop a link to that in the chat, I appreciate it. Laura Ryan stole my fanfiction story. Thank you for the super chat. Says, play a stream at 0.5 speed. They sound drunk. The best person to play at 0.5 speed is anything that has to do, and I'm blanking out on the guy's name, and I really shouldn't, because he is amazing, and I hate that my brain, for some reason, cannot handle all of the different things going on in it right now. And this is embarrassing. Y'all gonna be like, how did you not remember that? How did you not remember this person's name? Jeff Goldblum. Sorry. Anything with Jeff Goldblum in it, watch it at 0.5 speed, and it sounds fantastic. In fact, there is a commercial he did, I want to say it was for Apple, and there is a drunk there is a drunk Jeff Goldblum commercial, and what they've done is they slowed it down, and he sounds drunk. It's fantastic. Lou, thank you for the Australian $5 super chat, mate. He says, "Great streams, mate. You seem like a good dude. Glad you got worked sorted. Take it easy, dude." Lou, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. And yes, I'm very glad that I got all that sorted too. But now the moving process begins, and it's going to be crazy. The Senate says, "I have social anxiety too. Mixed it with OCD. It is a really weird life to live." Oh man, yeah. Random Nerd of Doom. Who is more evil, Sith Lord Palpatine or Kathleen Kennedy? Well, I don't think any person is downright to the core evil, because I think everyone has human dignity. That's the theology teacher in me. So as a character-wise, Sith Lord Palpatine, because he's a character. But I don't like her. I do not like her. I don't think that she's good at her job, and I don't think that she should have the job because she's not good at it. Hammer says, "How does JJ expect us to believe a giant piece of the Death Star survived complete annihilation?" Hammer, that's a great point, because all of a sudden, when that was a part of when it was revealed that that was part of the Death Star, I remembered, wait a minute, when they blew up, there were no pieces. It got totally obliterated into stardust. So how are giant chunks falling from the sky? Which again, retcon. Rise of the Retcon is the perfect title for this. Soul Assassin says, "In Legends, there's a power called Essence Transfer that allows a Force user to transfer their soul to a new body." I've heard of this concept, Soul Assassin. So actually, when you think about it, it would make sense if they tried to establish this with clones. Because if he was able to somehow transfer his essence to a cloned version of him, then it would be the same personality, the same knowledge, and of course, that sense of revenge as well. And so it could be interesting. Steph says, "Jeremy found a tweet from a guy in November that said the exact same title, Rise of Skywalker." What, Steph? Oh, man. That dude deserves a medal. Or knows a lot of information and needs to be interviewed. Mr. Pete Channel says, "Did I do it right?" Yes, Mr. Pete found it. I see that. Random Nerd of Doom, Star Wars Episode 9 should be called Star Wars Kathleen Kennedy. Please leave us. We don't want you killing Star Wars. Yes, indeed. Serpterm Gaming says, "With Palpatine in the trailer, do you miss Vader more?" Yes. I do. But apparently, I mean, Hayden Christensen, I think, has filmed a couple of things, and so he's coming back in some capacity. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back as a Force Ghost, since they've already pre-established that Vader could come back as a Force Ghost in Return of the Jedi. And, of course, you now have the the George Lucas cut, where it's Hayden Christensen as the Force Ghost, which the reason why I still have a major problem with that is not just because they changed the movie, but because that's such a blow to the original actor that played Darth Vader. Like, that's such a blow to him. They cut him out of that part. That's awful. That's stupid. So, but because they've had that now, because that's now a part of the Return of the Jedi in the official capacity, not on my versions, on my despecialized versions, I've got the original ending with the original actor, and it's great. However, because of that, it makes sense that they could bring him back as a Force Ghost, and that it would be the one looking like Anakin Skywalker, since they've already done it in Return of the Jedi, and that was all done under George Lucas. So it could be interesting. Alex McCarthy says, "Didn't Kathleen say it meant nothing, then 2 seconds later she said it meant many things?" Yeah. Again, she has no idea what she's talking about. None. She is totally incompetent when it comes to Star Wars. It's the same reason why she let two people, Lord and Miller, film 80% of Solo: A Star Wars Story before firing them. That's ridiculous. 80%. How do you not keep tabs on a project as a producer, as the executive producer, to the point where 80% of the way through you say, "Oh, no, this is not the direction we want"? How does it take 80% of a movie to do that? I mean, that's ridiculous. That's so stupid. She's so clueless. No idea. None. Death Knight 123, welcome to the channel. Obi-Wan 27883 says, "The guy EVS found with episode 9 title was from November 2012. November 2012? What? Holy crap. That's crazy. Tina says, "John Talks had a video with the title that Disney Plus will lose $8 billion. I hope it does." Yeah, I don't know the financials on that. I'll have to look at his video and have to look at what sources he's using. I think it's going to be a giant success. The reason why I don't really see it much of a... Here's the thing. All the content on the Disney Plus service, they own. So the only thing it's going to cost them is obviously to actually make the shows themselves, which if we are to believe the amount of money they're spending per episode, at least on The Mandalorian, it's going to be probably around 100 million for the show. I think they said it's going to be like 10 episodes and about 10 million each. I mean, so it could be a lot there, but not anything close to 8 billion. And everything else they already own the rights to that they're showing. And at $7 a month, they're going to get, I honestly predict 1 million subscribers in the first week. I think they'll reach 1 million. Because think about how many people want that Disney content, how many families want that Disney content, how many fans are going to want to watch things like The Mandalorian and Clone Wars, and these things are going to be available on the day of the release. I just think there's a lot going for it, and I think that because of that, it's going to be pretty successful. I mean, again, the only thing that they have to really pay for is to keep the servers up, which I'm sure costs a pretty good amount, but Disney also has a lot of investments, has a lot of, I mean, just look at the Marvel universe alone. It's made so much profit just from Marvel. So it's going to be interesting. I'll have to look at the financials on that to be able to say more about it, though. But I don't really think that they'll, because it's going to be so successful, I don't think it's going to be, yeah, I don't know. Random Never Doom says, SJWs claim they were the resistance. I think they are right. They are resisting sanity and reality. Bruce says, sounds like Woof from The Office. What? What? Herpicus McDerbyton, got any hope for The Mandalorian, or are you skeptical? I have a lot of hope. As I said before, the video I did today, I have so much hope because Dave Filoni is going to be directing a few episodes, so I think that's awesome to see. I can't wait to see him direct live action. But also, too, because Jon Favreau, I think, has a good grasp. I mean, keep this in mind. On the footage they showed on, from the panel, they showed how they're using models again. They're using practical effects. It's not just going to be a CGI mess. And on top of that, the people that they had working on these new ships for the show studied original trilogy flight patterns to make sure they got it right. That is so meticulous. That is so, like, thoughtful that it shows me Jon Favreau is taking this very seriously. Obviously, he has a strong passion for Star Wars, and I think has a pretty good team around him as well. Now, of course, I can be just as critical about the fact that Bryce Dallas Howard doesn't really have any experience directing and shouldn't direct. But you got Dave Filoni and you got Taika Waititi, both of whom have proven themselves in many different ways. And I'm excited for them. I'm excited for that. Jon Favreau has proven himself in a lot of ways too. And if he's able to build this beautiful show and be the one behind it as a showrunner and make it fantastic, I think that he makes a very strong case to be a replacement for Kathleen Kennedy, which, again, if Mandalorian's good, could be a good thing for the entirety of Star Wars. But we'll have to wait and see, of course. Tina says, did he miss it? Drat, hold on. Double check. Did you miss Demogenized Super Chat? I did. Oh, man. So sorry about that, man. Yes, I did. Demogenized. So sorry. But also, Demogenized, thank you so much for coming out on Friday to the Phantom Menace meetup. Guys, go check out Demogenized's channel. He's an awesome dude. I got to meet him and talk to him in person. Really, really cool, man. Thank you so much for that super chat, man. I really appreciate it. So sorry I missed it. He says, if they're doing Dark Empire Saga, this should have been episode 7. This is a bad move no matter how they try to sweeten it. Straight pandering. Oh, for sure, Demogenized. Absolutely. This is totally them pandering, trying to get people to come back, but they're likely not going to be able to give any good reason to cover it. Seriously, they're not going to be able to tell a good story. So sorry again, Demogenized, that I missed that. Valks, thank you so much for keeping me on my toes. And again, guys, go check out Demogenized's channel. Awesome, awesome, awesome dude. Random Nerd of Doom says, will they ever show Earth in any future Star Wars movie? Like maybe the Star Wars humans are our ancestors? Probably not. I think the whole concept is that a galaxy a long time ago, far, far away. It would be a bad move. It would be a bad move to try and bring Earth into it, because then guess what? That just means they're going to bring in more identity politics. They're going to bring in more modern-day Americanized politics, which have no business being in a galaxy far, far away. And so I would much rather them not do that. That would be a bad idea. Outpost Dyer, hello there. Hello, Outpost Dyer. How art thou? Hope the book is selling well. Random Note of Doom says, would you rather shake hands with Kathleen Kennedy or rub Jabba the Hutt's feet? I would rather shake hands with Kathleen Kennedy, because then I could stare her in the eye and call her out. So definitely that one for sure. Tina, all right, got it. Got that super chat. Thank you so much for, and again, Demogenized, so sorry about that. Random No Doom says, what about a meetup in Canada? Anyone else in the Phantom Menace from Canada, or am I the only one? Yeah, I'm probably not going to be making up to Canada anytime soon, but maybe they'll do Star Wars Canada. Who knows? The Senate says, when you come to California, go to Tommy's Burgers, where wings and burgers are amazing. Ooh, I do love me some burgers. Wings, I'm kind of, hit and miss on, depends on the wing. But burgers, that's my jam. That is my jam. Fatburger needs to release an Odin burger in your honor. Sorry, I just saw Fatburger. Yes, I would love. Here's the thing, Fatburger, or anyone that's a fan of Fatburger who wants to send this out. If you need someone on YouTube to sponsor you, I will. However, you need to give me a lifetime supply of Fatburger. If we can make that work, you can just send me somehow in a like a futuristic heat oven that's transferable, and just send me a monthly supply of Fatburgers. That would be best. We can make that work. We can make that work. And Random Nerdune, I am reading all your questions, man, and I'm trying to make sure I read everyone else's question too. All right, because we got other people in the chat as well. I got other people I gotta read as well. I was like a half an hour behind the chat. So Star Trek Gaming says, with Endgame and Star Wars Shazam, Alita is still #1. Yeah, I mean, I have to wait to see Endgame before I make a decision as far as my favorite. Right now, as of now, my favorite movie of 2019 is Alita Battle Angel, no question about it. Shazam is up there for sure, but Endgame, I love. Again, in the Russos we trust. Once the Russos prove me wrong, I will call them out on that. But until then, I think Endgame is going to be one of the best movies of the year. The Senate says, which city is Celebration in? Because I live in Hemet, California, and it's a wasteland. Star Wars Celebration would be a good excuse to leave Hemet. It sucks. So sorry to hear that, the Senate. So Anaheim. It's going to be in Anaheim, and I imagine it's going to be in the large convention center there. I've been there once before in my life. Patriarch of the Sith. Great name. Do you think they will ever make Sith-centric content instead of peddling Jedi propaganda? Patriarch of the Sith. That's an excellent question. Hey. Sorry, my hounds are upset because my wife Freya, she's doing a lot of work outside, getting the house ready. She's doing some awesome stuff. She's great. I love her. But they don't like when there's stuff going on there, and they can't be a part of it. They get very jealous, and so they're like, Mom, let me out there, please. But they're very cute. So that's River and Willow. Oh my gosh. So by the way, I was actually able to. Hold on. Sorry, my dog is trying to. You know what happens when you do that, River? And she doesn't like it. But she tries to jump on me, and she ends up hitting the camera. She ends up hitting the microphone. So she gets this treatment where I hold her in my lap. There's River. So fun story. And River, I should probably tell you this now too. So I actually, this weekend, I got to meet Alan Tudyk, who is one of my favorite sci-fi actors. He was in Firefly, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. He played he played Wash, who was the pilot on that show. So Willow, her middle name is Wash, named after Washburn. River is named after River Tam, who is also a character from that show. And so when I met Alan Tudyk, I told him about that, and I had him sign out the photo to me, my wife, Willow, and River. And I explained to him who Willow and River were, and he loved the fact that he was signing for dogs. And then I explained to him the names, and he then explained to me that he also had rescues. So he also has mutts, and they're also rescues. And so I can't show you too much because I've got some real names on here, but this is indeed what he signed for me. So it is KTSO, which to be fair is my favorite character from Rogue One, and the fact that he's being the only reason why I'm even have like a slight hint of excitement for the show that's gonna be following that pointless character from that movie is because apparently they've announced K2SO is going to be in that series. So it means Alan Tudyk's coming back, and I'm excited for that because I love Alan Tudyk. But the quote he decided to use on this photo was, "Congratulations, you're being rescued," which is one of the best quotes from that movie. And also the fact that my dogs are rescues, his dogs are rescues. It was awesome. Sorry, I just dropped my phone. Want to make sure I'm able to take care of that. So, but anyway, Patriarch of the Sith. Do I think... Sorry, I got distracted because that happens a lot because my dogs. So I do think and hope that they eventually make some Sith-centric content. It'd be really cool to see Revan. I've heard so many great things about him. Obviously, too, Darth Plagueis. It'd be really cool to see a story arc there. Old Republic. I mean, I think if we see anything that's Sith-centric, I would imagine it might be under the Game of Thrones guys when they do their Old Republic stuff. So that could be interesting. I would love for them to go to the time period before the Rule of Two is in place, because it'd be really cool to have a movie trilogy that not only talks about the Jedi and Sith when they were in multiple numbers, but maybe takes it from a different perspective. Because I think it's time for them to freshen up this a bit. Beats of Angel says, Odin, welcome back. Thank you, Beats of Angel. Appreciate that. Alex Martinez says, I'm excited for the Clone Wars, and with the footage I saw from The Mandalorian, are you going to MNS? What's MNS? I'm very, very confused by that. Alex Martinez says, are you going to make a Clone Wars video based off of the clips in the trailer? I might do that. I haven't been able to really sit down, and I have a lot of other ideas. I actually was able to, because my wife's doing stuff with graphic design, she was able to get the Adobe suite, and so we're both able to use it. And so I'm able to get Spark, and so on my plane ride, I was able, or rather when I got back, I was waiting to get off the plane, I was able to download a bunch of photos and make a bunch of thumbnails for video ideas that I have. And so I've got a lot of things I want to do, and once I finally have time to sit down, I can't wait to be able to make some videos on that, because there's so much, of course, there's so much content. And that's not even talking about Brie Larson. Because Brie Larson has made several stupid comments, but my favorite one is that Chris Hemsworth is obviously playing around with her, because calling her out for doing her own stunts, and he makes a joke saying, oh yeah, she wants to be the next James Bond, and she gets offended by it and says, I don't want to be the next James Bond, I'm gonna be me. And it's not joking, and I'm like, you are the most insufferable person, you must be so annoying to have on set. Like, seriously, that's ridiculous. So anyway, there's so many things that I need to talk about. Tina says, I know most people have some humanity in them, except for Manson, Bundy, Gacy, and a few others, just saying. But again, even them, because they're human, they still have dignity. And in those cases, in some of those cases, there's obviously some mental issues going on. And that's chemical imbalances, which are sometimes beyond one's control. That's obviously another topic for another day. JD says, glad you had a great time this past weekend. So what hardware is needed for the ultimate setup for mobile streaming? Man, I tell you, because that's going to be difficult, because we were lucky enough to actually have some pretty decent signal inside the building. They had free Wi-Fi too, which actually wasn't half bad. That's how Jeremy was able to do so many streams. So, and also my stream actually ended up being up too. So basically you just need to have a decent phone with a decent operating system. And by next year, 5G will probably be a thing. And if there's a 5G phone, and if it's, competitively priced, that's something that I might be looking into at some point. But obviously, we still have to wait for the technology to come out in the first place. But if that happens, I mean, they promise, like, 100 megabits up, 100 megabits down, like close to, typical standard, hardline numbers. Could be good. Now, of course, also because 5G has, so if you don't know anything about the bands are longer, meaning they're more easily blocked. So normally, you know how different radio frequencies you have, some that are very, very close together, which means that there's a very strong signal, but it can only go so far before eventually it fades out. And then you have other ones that are very long, so that means they can reach a very long distance. However, it means they can also, or either maybe it's the other way around. I might be getting that totally wrong. But either way, one gets blocked easily, but it's very strong. The other one goes further, but is not as fast. Isn't able to hold as much data. So 5G is one of those where it's very strong, but it can get easily blocked by things, and so the building might be a problem for that. But yeah, a good phone with a good camera setup and you need to have good internet. If you don't have good internet connection, it's just not going to happen. Random Nerd of Doom says, I have an idea for Star Wars movie. It would be 900 years after episode 9 and have a heavy metal vibe to it with a ton of toxic masculinity. Again, I think that I would like to see some Old Republic stuff. Before going into the future and making up totally new content that has no basis in the EU at all, I would actually like to see them do a Star Wars story right first. Prove to me you can do a story right before trying to make something entirely new. Rian Johnson, for example. Don't do that. That'd be bad. Brimboid should not be a thing. Sasha Neon says, I believe the EA Battlefront 2 had a space battle above Endor amongst the Death Star 2 wreckage. Still a retcon. Yep, retcons. Rise the retcon. I'm telling you. Perth Comics says, Hi, Odin. Palpatine could have transferred his mind to Luke, which would explain his odd behavior Last Jedi. Ooh. I like that theory. And then all of a sudden you find out he was cloned. So that wasn't actually even Luke. Luke had been trapped. Luke had been imprisoned by Palpatine and been taken over by Luke's clone. Because remember, his hand got cut off. And in the EU novels, that hand is kept. Yes. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting into some deep, mucky territory that's going to piss off a lot of people. Mary Beth Brunson, welcome to the channel. Alex Martinez says, I know we are all excited for The Mandalorian, but why do you think Kathleen Kennedy, or better yet, Jon Favreau, have not released? Already got that. Already answered that question. Orange Hat Review says, second Death Star did show small meteor pieces entering Endor's atmosphere when it blew. Not as big as the chunk shown, but still there were pieces that did fall. Still a stretch in my opinion. Yes, for sure. Absolutely. Hammer, even if City is coming back, why would they wait decades to come out of hiding? It's a great question, Hammer. And as I said before, it's a giant retcon. It has a lot of problems. So many problems to it. Avid Snake Boy says, exactly, the only reason we are getting Palpatine is because some idiot with a round head killed off Snoke, who was meant to be the main bad guy this time around. Yep. And they could have done something really cool with who he was. They could have made him some big bad from the EU. They could have done so many things, and yet they decided to put him in a bathrobe and have him get killed very easily. Random Nerd Doom, if I went to Star Wars Celebration, you and Jeremy would be pulling me off the stage as I would be yelling Kathleen Kennedy. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, Random Nerd Doom, that would not be good. That would not be good. I would not endorse that. Soul Assassin says, did you get to meet Star Wars Theory or Clownfish at the convention? So Clownfish was streaming next to us, but apparently we weren't able, like, his stream ended before we were able to find out where he was. So unfortunately, I did not meet Clownfish, did not meet Star Wars Theory. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You know, screw it. I think, and this might not be a popular opinion, I think Star Wars Theory has become a shill. And the reason why I think that is because this dude, obviously I still like Vader Shards of the Past. I think it's a great fan film. But when everything went down with Lucasfilm and he got a call by Lucasfilm, everything in his tone seemed to change. And he got complete access, complete media pass access to Celebration, had nothing but good things to say about the trailer, totally overpraised the trailer, and did a lot of other things like that. I honestly think that Lucasfilm reached out to him and made him some kind of offer, to be perfectly honest. I have no proof of this, but his attitude has changed a lot. And he was never a full Phantom Menace type, so I'm not trying to say that. He's always been kind of this middle of the road. He wants Star Wars to be good. He has a lot of faith in the system. But seeing his reaction to the Star Wars 9 trailer, to me, with his media access, internet, and connection to everything, I don't know. That's just me, though. That's just me. That's not Geeks and Gamers. That's not anyone else. That's just me saying it. And I'm concerned because I really don't want that to affect, you know, the future things that he has in mind. And I could be totally off base. And if I'm wrong on that, I will mea culpa, because I will always take responsibility for the things I say. Short-term Gaming says, there was a story that Star Wars is racist for using a white guy for Vader's, the voice of James Earl, white guy for Vader, but having the voice of James Earl Jones. Of course they would. Everything's racist now. Yeah, Matt Tween says, I'll buy in. No, seriously, I'll buy in. There's still a lot. There's still a lot. CF Productions says, come and do another stream. What's up, CF Productions? What's going on, bro? What is going on? Tina says, it's our second job keeping you on your toes. That is very true, Tina. Always have to keep me on my toes. Bruce, a harebrained scheme from the office. Woof is an AAP sending out a tweet, text, etc., having the receiving person get it on all of their devices at once. Oh yeah, I've never heard of that. Never heard of that. Sorry, Macho Man. We're sorry. Oh my gosh. See, Anna's reaction to that was hilarious. It was so much fun. I hope that now every time she streams, everyone in the chat now just goes, sorry. We're sorry. Because it drives her crazy. Oh, man, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Oh my god, I am so sorry, guys. I am a terrible person. This shows you how out of practice I am. I forgot to turn the damn bots on. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, Heimdall's now on. Sorry, sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I guess that means I'll have to stream for a little bit longer so that way y'all can get y'all's free cookies. Or actually, I think I can gift y'all cookies. Let me check. I'm going to gift y'all cookies. So sorry about that, guys. Because some of y'all have been here for a long time. So let me see if I can gift some cookies really quick. Let me see if I can get some cookies. Yes, award everyone cookies. Sorry, yes. Get the sorries in the chat. Get the sorries in the chat going. Sorry, sorry. Oh man, oh man, oh man. let's see. How can I do that? How can I do that? Casey Anderson, welcome to the channel. All right, how do I do that though? How can I gift the cookies? How can I gift the cookies? All right, that's giveaway, timers, commands, group, general usage, stream chat. How do I give it away? That's the real question. How do I give this stuff away? Because I know how to give it away on the old bot, but I don't know how to do it on the new bot. Ranks, remove, edits, settings. Let's see. Commands, payout, donations. Live payout. What does that do? 6,000 an hour? Is that what it is? All right, guys. So what I'm gonna do? Let me just make sure I can save this. All right. Regular bonus, offline payout, online interval is 5 minutes. Okay. All right. So, guys, I'm going to make the live payout 1,000 cookies every 5 minutes. That should make up for it. All right. So, let me try that out. Sorry. So, let me try that out. So, check your cookie counts in the next 5 minutes or so and let me know if it goes up by 1,000. So sorry about that. Sorry, everybody. So sorry. So sorry. So very sorry. All right, of course, the chat now jumped on me. So if I missed a chat, let me know. Sasha Neon says, Dark Empire could easily be 3 movies. Thrawn Trilogy could be 3 more movies. This is 6 great scripts Disney threw away. What a waste. I agree. Such a freaking waste. Lou says, hey, dude, sent you a DM on Twitter with a little more info on beard oils. Lou, thank you very much, man. Appreciate that. Beats of Angel says, Knights of the Old Republic was a great story about the Sith. Yes, I've heard about that. I heard that to play. Oh my gosh, yes, everyone's loving the dog. That's how far behind I am. Donovan Martin says, love Alan and K2SO. K2SO is the best character. Love K2SO. One of the best droids. Nickel Noodle says, also, excuse me, Alan Tudyk was so good he made you feel the loss of K2SO when he sacrificed himself. I felt nothing when Holdo died. I felt nothing. I was actually glad when that character died because the character was awful. The character did nothing but destroy Poe Dameron, who could have been a really cool character. I really liked that character in Episode 7. They destroyed it in Episode 8, and then, of course, Holdo just had to be herself. Holdo. Why is it saying stream offline? What? Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. I want to make sure that this is fixed. Man. This is making me upset. This is making me very, very upset. All right, let's see. Settings, commands, succeeded, adding commands. What? This is insane. General, hide bots. I just want to, why? Oh my gosh. Everything is broken. Everything is broken tonight. Everything's so broken. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, guys. It says stream offline for some reason. I don't know why. Why does it say stream offline? Do I need to close it? Let me try closing it and opening it back up. Because the chat's showing up for some reason, so it's recognizing the chat. I just don't know why it's not showing up for you guys. But I still have it set at 1,000 cookies, and I'll double check to make sure it's set there. So every 5 minutes you get 1,000 cookies. Normally it's like 10. So that should be able to make up for any of the cookies that were missed. But let me just, I want to make sure. I really hope it's working. It says stream. Okay, streaming, connecting. Everything is broken, guys. Everything is broken. Everything is broken. Gannison, you have a good one, man. All right, let's see. Let me go back to the currency settings. All right, still set on 1,000. Still says offline. All right, so let me know. Someone keep track of it. So look at your cookie count now. Wait 5 minutes. Check it again, and let me know what it says. But yes, Nickel Noodles, you're so correct. Seriously, you were able to feel so much sadness when K2SO died. You really felt the death. You really did indeed feel the death, and you felt that pain, and that's a good character. That's when you know you have a good character. And when someone is doing a voice work for a character that's CGI, I mean, come on, K2SO is fantastic. Jeremy Swig says you need a studio in your new place. Yeah, dude. Yeah, when we move, definitely gonna try and get something really nice set up. Like do the whole Shazam. Try and really get like a legit thing going on. Because also remember, for the summer, I really want to try, you know, obviously only when there's time between moves, I really want to get a website up. That's still on the agenda for now. Donovan says, my mother got me the whole Adobe Creative Suite just for myself. Love her for it, mainly for Adobe Photoshop and Animate. Yeah, Premiere is like, I don't know how to use Premiere. Premiere is such a weird thing to me. So I used it once because it actually does 4K video better than, I use what's called DaVinci Resolve, which is pretty good. It's also very, very quick for my YouTube videos. It's able to get everything out really quickly. But for 4K, it doesn't really do as well. I don't know why. Maybe it's a settings thing. But Premiere was able to handle my 4K, and I put that up on the main, rather on the Welcome to Asgard channel. It seemed to turn out pretty good. So it seemed to turn out pretty good. Pretty good, yes. Donovan Martin says, hear about the whole 5G health concerns as well. People are freaking out even though the studies are not proven. Wait, 5G? 5G health concerns? I know. Oh god, there's the cookies. Alert, alert, cookies are not working. Surfer Gaming says, whose films were you a fan of? Spielberg or Cameron? There's a lot of Cameron films I love. There's a lot of Spielberg films I love. So I guess Spielberg has more films I love. But Cameron has films that I don't know. That's tough. 70B, I got it. I fixed it. I hope. I have no idea if it's working or not. Alright, sorry, the chat jumped on me again. Sorry, a lot of stories in the chat. Sorry. Yes, get the stories going. Sorry. Bruce says, one thing the con live stream showed us is Anna is such a goof. She is such a goof. Oh my gosh. Seriously, it's hilarious to see. Bear, what's going on, Bear? Alrighty, let's see. Over 9,000. Orange Hat Review says, did you ever watch the documentary of Star Wars Origin Trilogy, Empire of Dreams? That documentary is very powerful with Lucas's vision and how he made his empire. I have not seen that, Orange Hat Reviews. Send me a link. You know how to contact me. So that way I can catch up on that. Demon Scythe says, totally agree about Star Wars Theory Odin. I saw his reaction to Episode 9 teaser and just thought they got him. Yeah, seriously, I feel that way. I really do. I really do feel that way. All right, everyone's saying you're online. It's still going. That's what. Yeah, for some reason it's just not showing up in the chat bot for some reason. So I hope it's working. So please let me know. Sorry. Please let me know if you get your 1,000 cookies every 5 minutes. It's set to 5 minutes. Random Doom, K2SO had more character than Rose Tico ever did and less robotic than her. Lucasfilm don't cast my cousin. It actually was not YouTube lying. It was Streamlabs. It was the Streamlabs bot, which normally works perfectly fine. And the chat's up and running. It just up on the top says chat offline. And I'm like, what? What? Wait, what is this? Oh, okay. I see. Okay. I think I know what's going on. I don't know why it's going on, but I think I know what's going on. Okay. Gotcha. All right, so let us fix this really quickly. As quickly as I possibly can. All right, YouTube streamer, YouTube bots. So YouTube bot, let's disconnect the bot. Connect the bot. Let's see if that does anything. Let's see. Cloud, no. Streamlabs, YouTube bot, YouTube streamer? Alright, hold on one second. Let me see if I can get this working. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. Gmail.com. Next. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. Alright, let's see. Allow. Connect. Okay. That should work. That should work now. I don't know why. It's still saying offline for some reason. Alright, let's get the bot up and running. Let's see if maybe I need to connect that first. And then I will disconnect the chat and reconnect it and see if I can get that to work. Oh, so sorry about this. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. Yes, I want Heimdall to be the person. Connect. Okay. So the bot client is connected. YouTube streamer, for some reason, is not connecting. So let's try this again. Generate token. Generate the token. All right, let me try this. I just want to try this one more time. Sorry, everybody. So very sorry. I'm so very sorry, everybody. Hi, sorry. sorry, everybody. This is gonna be fun to listen back to on the podcast. For those that listen back on this podcast, I'm so very sorry indeed. So very, very sorry. Oh, it's great. It's great. I love it. I need to make that shirt. I need to make that a shirt very, very soon. Sorry, not sorry. Alright, so let me close the chat bot and reopen the chat bot and see if that resets it. And hopefully it actually connects this time. And also make sure that the changes to the cookies were indeed saved. So very sorry, everybody. Anyway, Soul Assassin, did you hear the lady who played the fembot in Solo is writing the script for the new James Bond movie? What? No. She's a writer? She's a writer? How? How? Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. And it's gone. Sorry. Sorry? What's gone? Who's gone? Who's gone? What's gone? Token generator. Yeah, it's still saying not connected for some reason. So let me just go back into the cookie counter. Oh, the currency. All right, still set at 1,000. Regular bonus is 10. Sponsor bonus. Okay, so it should still be 1,000. I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. So very sorry. Sorry, everybody. All right, anyway, let's get back to the chat. Dude, oh my god, that's awful. That's so bad. Why is she writing? She should not write. I love all the stories. Oh, you guys are awesome. Lou, a little off topic, but do you follow any sports? I follow baseball. I'm a Red Sox fan. And also World Cup soccer. I try and follow. Slasher Neon says, everything is broken. Everything tough when you're hosting. Everything is broken. Everything is tough when you're hosting a stream. Everything is broken. Jeremy Spig says, drunk Anna is hyper. Yeah. Let's not talk about any of the drunkenness that was going on. Zinewater says, it's more a matter if I get my watch hours needed to be a citizen. Asgard, I know, Zine. I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry. Grandmaster Yoda says, next time you must get Anna Tarrant on Kathleen Kennedy in an Alita t-shirt on stage. That will be the perfect burn. Oh my god, yes, for sure. Let's see. Subliminal Origami. Did Shaq have AIDS or was it just magic? What? That's a random question. Troll. Random No Doom says, Alan as K2SO is cool because his character can be relatable to anyone as he is a droid with a very human character. Also, a person of an ethnic background can play him if he is talented. Oh yeah, totally agree. Lou says, you should check out the Formula 1 if you ever get a chance. One of the best motorsports in the world. Don't like cars. So he says, oh, hi, sorry. Sasha says, generate the Tolkien. Yes, the Tolkien. Not the token, but the Tolkien. Truth Apocalypse says, I came in late. You got a new job and are moving. Congrats. Thank you, Truth Apocalypse. Yes, indeed. Sometime over the summer. And it looks like I'm going to be caught up with the chat, too. Zeph says, time for a giveaway. Yes. Oh, my God. It is definitely time for a giveaway. We're definitely doing a giveaway tonight, guys. Donovan Martin says, hope at Star Wars Celebration next year, Ashley Voice of Ahsoka can sign my new Clone Wars t-shirt I'm about to get this Sunday. Star Wars Celebration Clone Wars art mural t-shirt. Nice, Donovan. That's really cool. Random says, you say sorry anymore and you might end up Canadian. I know. Sorry, So very sorry. Mr. Pete Channel, thank you again for the $5 super chat. Says you are the chosen one. Theory. It was said you would destroy the Soy, not join them. Bring balance to the fan base. You are my brother, Theory. I loved you. Yes, that's exactly how I feel about Star Wars Theory. He was indeed the chosen one, and he abandoned us to get his press pass so that he could shill all over the Episode 9 trailer. That was so upsetting. That was so upsetting. Oh, man, oh, man. I'm sure I'll get some shade from that. I'm sure I'll get some people saying, oh my gosh, you're going after Star Wars Theory, unsubscribe. Hey, again, if you don't like opinions, then I'm sorry. That's just like your opinion, man. Yeah, open up the floodgates. Open up the floodgates indeed. Alrighty, so let me try one more time to see if I can gift certain things. Let's see, can I gift? Can I gift everyone something? Can I gift? Commands, timers, add points to all, remove points from all, add points, remove points. Wait, what? This is very, very confusing. Let me give this a test run. Let me give this a test run. All right. So this is going to be what is it? Let's try. Patrick McDuff. Because I saw your name. Does this mean I have to do it like individually for every single person? I couldn't do that. There's just no way. Let's go. 10, 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Cookies. All? If I put all, let's do that instead. Let's try all. Let's see if all does anything. Put the cookie down. Put it down now. I don't think that worked. Let me know if it added 1,000. If it added cookies to you. I have no idea if it worked or not. So someone, just one. Don't go all go at once. Did it add? What did I add? 10,000. Yeah, 10,000. Did it add 10,000 anybody's? Did that work? Stream is now live. Okay. All right. Stream is now live. I don't know what I did, but the stream is now live on the Streambots chat. All right. So if it did not add it, that's okay. It didn't. All right. But still, it's live now, so it should be adding 1,000 cookies. All right. And because of this nonsense and it took so long, now it's going to be 5,000 cookies for every 5 minutes. All right, 5,000 cookies for every 5 minutes, guys, is what it is now. All right, so check back in 5 minutes and let me know. Let me know also, has it been adding 1,000 every single time too? Let me know. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Sorry. Gentleman Martin says, Star Wars Theory, there is another me. Such a Neon says, Theory may just have that childlike optimism episode took for much time. Again, that could very well be true. That's why I'm not going to try, I'm not going to totally just, I'm not going to tear the guy apart completely, but I do think he's gone down shill row a little bit. So it says, maybe Star Wars Theory will have a redemption like Vader, hopefully. That'd be cool. He seems like a really cool guy. He really does seem like a cool guy. As Mark Arthur says, sorry, facts don't care about sorry, facts don't care about your feelings or about opinions. Sorry. Bees of Angels says, maybe after the movie, and if it sucks, which it probably will, he will hate it on and again. I'm pretty much done with Star Wars. I hope so. I really do. JJ says, are you a Mac or Windows guy? Dude, Mac sucks. I am an Android and PC person for life because it's not nearly as cheap, or rather, it's not nearly as expensive, and there's so much more customizable appearances. Abilities. Subliminal Origami says, what about Freddie Mercury? What about Freddie Mercury? What about the Freddie Mercury? What about him? Alex McCarthy says, I don't know. I have no clue how to check cookies. So much for this computer support certificate. Trey Chester says, get to the chopper. Get the cookie to the chopper now. Lou says, I might have missed it, but did you see the rumors about 9 not being the end, that Disney is scrapping the trilogy formula so episode 9 may not fully explain things? Yeah, I haven't seen that yet, but I sure hope not, because that would be stupid. I think it'd be fine if they were to do things like making individual solo stories of new characters and new plots. That I would be fine with. But just saying, oh, we're going to do our own thing, I wouldn't like that. Orange Eye Review says, will you be on the East Coast time when you move? Yes, I will be on East Coast time at that point. So we're still a little ways from that, though, and I will let you guys know and give you an updated schedule if that happens, because obviously that means our stream times will either have to change or anything. As Bradley says, heck yeah, Android and PC, damn right. Damn right. Lou says, also in Star Wars, what happened to all the trade disputes? I know, seriously, it has disappeared. Perth Comic says, Star Wars Theory strikes me as such a super fan that he thinks everything Star Wars is good. Yeah, I mean, as I said before, he was never a fan of Menacer, and I'm not going to say that he ever was, but he was definitely more fair-minded. Like, he was very critical of things that needed to be critical of. He was positive of things that needed to be positive of. But I don't know, there was something that was very off-putting when he made the video about being given full media access and a media pass to Star Wars, and then the stream of him having the reaction to the trailer. Something doesn't smell right. Something does not smell right. Orange Eye Review says, yay, though I walk through the valley of shills of death, I shall fear no shills. Yes, indeedy. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get a giveaway going on the stream. Let's get a giveaway going. Let's see, the giveaway. Where are you? Are you there? Alright. So because of the cookie dispute, let's say you can dance if you want to, you can leave your bands behind. Alright, what are we gonna be giving away today? What are we gonna be giving away? Alright, first thing I'm gonna give away, entire Star Wars Despecialized on Blu-ray. And it's going to cost 10 cookies. So 10 cookies, and you'll be able to enter in up to 100 times. So please wait until it actually goes live. Otherwise, it's going to be totally insane. But the command for it's not live yet, so don't do it yet. The command is going to be !spam. And I do that for a reason, because once you see the chat, you're like, yeah, this is spam. Don't do it yet, because it's not going to count right now. But when it goes live, when you do !spam, that's when it'll count. And so what that means is that after !spam, you're going to want to put a number. If you put 100, then it means it's going to do 100 entries for you at 10 cookies a pop. So if you've got that amount of cookies, it'll be able to take it. If not, then it will not enter you, and you might need to enter into it again. Okay? If you need me to update you on how many entries you have, you can just let me know in the chat, and I'll have it up right here. It'll tell me how many people and who have entered in. So again, it's not up yet, but it's going to be !spam, and then you're going to want to put a space, and then the number is going to be the number of tickets that you want. And so you can get 100 tickets total if you want, but it's 10 cookies a pop. So you do the math. That means if you have 1,000 cookies, you can put in 100. If not, then do the math. If you want to put in 5, you could. If you want 5 tickets, it'll cost you 50 cookies. So you can. You guys can figure it out. All right. And just so you know, having the most votes in does not always guarantee success either. It's been interesting. There have been people that have only put in 2 times and have won. There have been people that have put in 20 times and have won. It's a totally random and fair system. I don't know how many cookies I have. If you want to check out how many cookies you have, !cookies, and then Heimdall will tell you how many cookies that you have. All right? So that is indeed how it works. All right. So the giveaway is going to open, and we're not going to do a timer for this one. And giveaway's open. All right, so follow the instructions from Heimdall in the chat. So again, as you can see there, the cost is 10 cookies, the max entry. All right, Perth Comics, you got you for 20, 30. Greta for 3, Lou for 100. Again, you can only put in for 100 tickets. So once you reach 100, you can't put in any more, so don't worry about spamming, all right? Oh, man, everyone wants that total Star Wars Specialized Edition. All right, so right now, the count is Perth Comics, you've put in for 30 tickets, Greta for 3, Lou 100, Char the Amateur for 10, Death Knight for 100, Jeremy Swiggs for 100, the Mr. Pete Channel for 100, Moons of Madness for 100, JJ 5, Beats of Angels 25, Truth Apocalypse 100, Mad Mitch 10, 70B 10, Orange Hat Reviews 50, Alex McCarthy 100, Laura for 10, Macho Man for 40, Herbicus McDurpington for 20, Maverick MX for 10, Tina for 25. All right, so those were, as I was reading them, how many cookies were in. All right, those were how many cookies were in. Again, if you want yours to count, you need to have a space between the number and spam. All right, so you're going to want to have a space between the number and spam. So it's exclamation point spam space and then the number of tickets that you want to put in. All right, make sure there's a space. If you don't have a space, so Matthew got it, you didn't have a space, so it's not going to count. So Matthew got it. If you want to put 100 tickets in, make sure you put a space. There you go. Boom. There it is. All right. Now it's coming up. And now you can understand why I put this as spam, because it truly is spam in a lot of ways. All right, so starting from Tina, so Bear, you've got 1 ticket. Matthew, you have 100. Bruce, 100. James, 485, 100. John O, 10. Kazmazal, Jimmy, 100. Mikey Woods, 10. Obi-Wan, 27883, you've got 11 in. Perth Comics, you're up to 79. So you're up to 79 entries. And I'm not noticing any other major changes. So if I didn't mention your cookie count and you want to know, just let me know. Oh, I see now, says Bruce. Looks like fun. Yeah, it does. So again, this is for the entire Star Wars Specialized Editions on Blu-ray, the entire set. And I do indeed mail internationally. I do mail internationally. Talk to my people from Australia. They know. Slash Neons, I have you for 10. Obi-Wan for 11 now. This is fun. I like doing giveaways. Haven't done one in a while. Flaming TP, I got you for 100. I've got you for 100 cookies. Yes, indeed. The Senate. I am the Senate. The Senate, I've got you for 100 as well. Darkstar 57, I've got you for 10. All right, so I'm going to give y'all 1 more minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute remaining. Yeah, if you've been watching for 5 minutes, you should be getting, I think I said at 5,000 cookies every 5 minutes. So Anthem, I got you for 50. Forrest Bear says, will you mail... Sorry, that got deleted. G-Monkey says, how many cookies for a ticket? So it's 10 cookies per ticket. 10 cookies per ticket. You can put up to 100 tickets, but make sure you have the cookies to be able to do that. Anthem, I have you for 50. Bruce says, is the next giveaway for an Akira Blu-ray? No, because you gave it to me. I mean, I could give it away, but this was a gift, man. I can't give it away until I watch it. Willow's laying on the couch. Yes, she is, and she's upside down. Oh my gosh. So guys, if you want to see something cute, oh, how can I move this without waking her up? You see that? So that's Willow, and she's sleeping upside down, and she's adorable. Look at that. She's upside down. Oh, she's like moving. Look at her. Oh, she's so cute. I love it. I love it. I love her so much. She's so cute. All right. Okay. So we are now going to close the giveaway. Boom. All right. So the giveaway has indeed been closed. Stop spamming. No more spams. The spamming is over. The spamming is over. I've got all of the entries here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is from this, I'm going to choose 3 winners. From this, 3 winners are going to receive the entire Star Wars Specialized Editions Blu-rays. So 3 winners to receive all 3. And it's going to be on Blu-ray. I don't believe it's region restricted because I literally burned them from my own computer. So they should work. I haven't heard anyone say they've had issues, except for people that don't have Blu-ray players. But obviously, if you live in another country, there could be issues, so just know that. But should be able to find something. Nicholas Glenn, welcome to the channel. Donovan says, looks like Rian Johnson is going to work with the Game of Thrones directors for the next Star Wars movies. I hope that's fake. I hope that's fake. All right, the first winner of the entire Star Wars Specialized Edition on Blu-ray is the Senate. The Senate, please speak to claim your prize, good sir. I'm going to mark your name down. And just like with everyone else, please make sure you email me at odinsmovieblog@gmail.com. So Valkyrie, please get that email out there. I am indeed picking 3. So the Senate, if you are still there, please claim your prize. Please claim your prize, Senate. You're the first of the 3 winners. The Senate, if you're not here, again, the Senate, if you're not here, though, I'll give you another 30 seconds to claim your prize, the Senate. Otherwise, we will pick a new #1 winner. Because you must be here. You must be here to claim your prize. Ooh, the Senate may have went AFK. That's not a good thing. The Senate may have went AFK. The Senate may have to give up their prize. Oh, man, where did the Senate go? See, this is the reason why I do it this way, because it makes sure the people who are watching and staying tuned in reap the benefits. All right, I'm going to put a star next to him. I'm going to call the next 2 winners, but if the Senate has not come in by that point, then I will choose another winner. All right? So the Senate has until the other 2 are chosen, or else it will be chosen for someone else. So the second winner of the entire trilogy of the Star Wars Specialized Edition, Juan Lettieri, welcome. Thank you so much for joining in from Argentina. The second winner of the Star Wars Despecialized Edition Blu-ray set is Mr. Pete. Congratulations, Mr. Pete. I did see you there. So Mr. Pete will definitely speak up. So Mr. Pete, you've been here before, so please just make sure you email me and we can get you set up. That way I can get, there you go. He has claimed it. Mr. Pete has claimed it, so congratulations, good sir. So please just make sure you email me, odinsmovieblog@gmail.com, so that way I can get you set up with your address and all the other good information that I will need. Congratulations, Mr. Pete. So I got you written down. All right. So, Mr. Pete, you're taken care of. Please email me. We'll get you set up. All right. So, the third and final winner. And if the Senate has not claimed the prize, and come back, there will be another winner as well. Also, who is that? I saw another country being mentioned there. Carmela De Leon says, hi from the Philippines. Hello, Carmela. How art thou? So it's a Star Wars Specialized Edition. So therefore, you get Star Wars: A New Hope. You get Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. You get all 3, and Despecialized. What that means is that it is the version. It's a Harmy's edition. It's the Harmy's version, and it's the version where essentially it's all 3 original Star Wars films as they were originally intended. So Han shoots first. All the CGI crap is taken out, and it's a high quality. Yeah, all 3, Mr. Pete. So congratulations. Oh, wait, is the Senate here? Oh, man, Senate came back just in time. Oh, boy. Senate is here. I see. All righty. Awesome. So the Senate, email me, man, so that way I can get you set up with your prize as well. All right. So the third and final winner. So this will indeed, because the Senate came back. The third and final winner will be Orange Hat Reviews, my brother from Ireland. Congratulations, good sir. Claim your prize. Orange Hat Reviews, claim your prize, good sir. Claim your prize. Or forfeit it for all eternity. Boom, speaking up, there he is. So same thing, Orange Hat, email me, man. And I do indeed ship internationally, so I can, just get, email me your information, and I'll make sure that you get all 3 of the Star Wars Specialized Editions. Congratulations to the 3 who won. All right. So that's for all three. But what you guys don't know is that I'm feeling very generous tonight, and I'm feeling very sad for my mistakes with everything else going on. So I'm going to give away 3 more prizes to the people that put in. But these are going to be for individual movies. So it'll be your... Oh, you do? Oh, Orange Hat. Okay. For some reason, I thought that you lived in Ireland. You're Dan Maloney, right? I thought you said that you're from Ireland. Are you from Ireland but living in the United States? Either way, we'll take care of you. So we are going to do some bonus prizes, but these are individuals. These are not going to be the entire set. It's going to be any one of your choosing. It's going to be any one of your choosing. So let me just make my note of here. So I got the trilogy set up for these 3 right here. All right, so individual choice. Irish heritage, not full-blooded. Ah, I got you. I got you. I must have just misread on that stream. But let me get to the chat first before we open that up, because I want to make sure that everyone, all the claps in the chat for the 3 winners. Donovan Martin says Darth Maul actor in mocap for Star Wars for season 7 Clone Wars will be dope as hell. Gotta go big or go home for this. Have a feeling this will be Game of Thrones for Star Wars this year. Watching it day 1, no question. Yeah, dude. I love that the announcement for Dave Filoni, for those who missed it, was that there would be indeed Ray Park is going to do motion capture for it for Star Wars, for Star Wars Clone Wars season 7. It's gonna be so awesome. It's gonna be so awesome. Alrighty, so again, we're just gonna keep it from this pool that we've got going on right here because it'll make things easier. Not gonna have to worry about this, the chat being spammed or anything like that. So, all right, so. These are for individual films, and so if you win, if you're one of the next 3 called, it means that you'll be able to choose any of the 3 Star Wars original trilogy films, despecialized, and it'll be sent to you. So, the first winner of a single Star Wars Specialized Edition is Laura Ryan Stole My Fan Fiction Story. Laura, do you have them all? If you have them all, I can get you something else. So, Laura, congratulations. Congratulations, Laura. And Laura, of course, you can always give it away if you wish. That is indeed a choice, but they have to be in the chats. Laura says you do. So Laura, I see you. I have you isolated here in this chat. So Laura, do you want to get something else? Because I can hook you up with something else. I have plenty of Blu-rays I can send. Draw again, Laura. Okay, cool. Let me know if you. So just confirm. Draw again, or do you have someone in the chat that you want to gift it to? I will let you as the winner decide. And I'll wait to hear back from you. But congratulations, Laura, nonetheless. Why did you enter into it if you already have them? Draw it again to be fair. All right, cool. Will do. All right, so Laura, you care. She's awesome. She is a huge supporter of the channel, and she is a very fair person. She is indeed a Jedi, because she is fan-minded. All right, so the first winner of the individual choice will be... Laura, I know, right? So the first winner of the individual Blu-ray will be Anthem 21X. Anthem 21X. Congratulations, good sir. Claim your prize. Anthem 21X. Are you here? Are you here, good sir? Here, my lord. Awesome, Anthem. And just let me know, same thing, email me for the address, but let me know now which movie are you going to want. So are you going to want New Hope, Empire, or Return of the Jedi? So which of those? You get to choose one. But address we can handle over email. Don't put your address here. Yes, A New Hope. Han shot first, baby. Damn right. Damn right. Awesome. Well, congratulations, good sir. Congratulations, Anthem. All right, so we got our first winner to take care of. Again, please email me so that way I can get you set up and get all that stuff emailed out to you. All right, so the second of the 3 winners of the individual Blu-rays will be Apocalypse. Truth Apocalypse. Truth Apocalypse. Claim your prize, good sir. Truth Apocalypse. Claim your prize. Claim your prize, Truth Apocalypse. Are you still here? Have you stuck around? I got a peep of prizes. Odin's fault. Oh, Truth Apocalypse is here. He is here. He's claiming it. All right, so Truth Apocalypse, same thing. Which movie would you like? A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, or Return of the Jedi? As you answer, let's see. Jonathan Martin says, going to D23 this year. Went 2 years ago, got to see the animation panel, and was able to dub Cameron and Sophia Carson from Descendants. So excited this year, doing a lot more. Oh, wait, has D23 not happened yet? That's interesting. Empire says Truth Apocalypse. Good choice. My favorites. That is indeed my favorite of the 3. So, Truth Apocalypse has Empire. Congratulations, good sir. Tech Guy, thank you for the super chat, says, Stars posted Destroy the Patriarchy tweet. What? Wait, really? Wait, Star Wars? Are you talking about like the Star Wars Twitter account? Oh, man. That's ridiculous. Donovan Martin says, then last. Yes, so the last will be for, so again, the last winner of the individual choice for Star Wars Despecialized Edition will be. All right, Anthem, you already won, and so I will indeed choose another one. That'll just keep it fair. All right, so congratulations on being drawn again, but we do want to keep it fair. We are going to have 3 individual winners for this, since these are indeed bonus rounds. All right, so congratulations again, but I'm going to be picking someone else. So sorry, Drew. All right, or sorry, Anthem. Spread the love, my lord. Thank you, Anthem, dude. And that's why this stream is awesome. That's why my Asgardians are awesome, because we have a very generous bunch here who want everyone to succeed. All right, so the winner will be Flaming TP. Flaming TP, are you still around, Flaming TP? Flaming TP, are you still around? Flaming, are you still here? He is here. Awesome. Cool beans. All right, Flaming, so which one do you want? New Hope, Empire, or Return of the Jedi? Empire, New Hope. Empire. Oh, yeah, 2 Empires. Great choices. Great choices. All right, I got you marked. I got all my guys marked. So, just to go over it again, for the entire trilogy of the Star Wars Specialized Editions, the Senate, Mr. Pete, Orange Hat Reviews. So, email odinsmovieblog@gmail.com. Just send me an email. We'll just confirm who you are. Do it as quickly as possible, because there might be someone that tries to steal your identity. So, let's just let's just confirm that. And then I will get you set up. Orange Hat Reviews, same thing. Mr. Pete, Senate. And then for the individual choices, I've got Anthem 21X, Truth Apocalypse, Flaming TP. Anthem, I have you down for A New Hope. Truth Apocalypse, I have you down for Empire. And Flaming TP, I have you down for Empire as well. So, same thing. Email me, and we will go ahead and get your address, and I can get all that stuff set up for you. So, congratulations, all the people that have won. Congratulations. So I think I probably made up for my mistake of the bots, and I think many of you should have gotten some extra cookies in the process. Hopefully that was working. Y'all should have been getting like 5,000 cookies every 5 minutes, which is normally 10, so gigantic. But hopefully it all worked out. Orange Hat just sent you the email with my address. Perfect, Orange Hat, perfect. Orange Hat, got it. I got you, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, I got you. Pete, I got you as well. Because, yeah, Pete's won before in certain giveaways. So, I recognize your email, man. All right, cool. So, same thing to the other guys. Just please email me as soon as you can. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream, though. So, guys, thank you so much, again, for being a part of the stream. Let me go ahead and shout out my patrons, though, before my Valks yell at me for screwing up again. So, remember that these are all the patrons that have been processed as of the 2nd of April. There are a bunch of people that did indeed sign up for Patreon who missed the date of processing. So, you will be on this list beginning of May. All right, so I have not forgotten about you. I have not let you off. But if for any reason there has been a mistake, and you were processed and I leave your name off, please let me know, and I will of course give you a giant shout out in a main video to make up for it and put you on the list as well. So a huge shout out to all of my patrons: A Great Jedi, Adam Shawhan, Albertus Magnus, Aman Yosef Marcos, Brian P, Darkstar 57, Delete System 32, Dion, Edward Coleman, Enrique Evangelista, Frank the Tank and the Shawhan Weeder Dog Clan, Entertainment Hacker, Harold Francis, the Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey, Inflamed Wood, It's a Trap Productions, Jason Clark, Jeffrey Toon, Jonathan Jerembeck, Laura Story, Matthew Kadish, Mr. Peabody and his evil twin, Outpost Dyer, Perpetual Punster, Projar Sarif, Proper Jeremy, Shenglong, Sir Lance Elato, Theodora, the K-Man, the DJD Show, Those Two Bald Guys, Tina B, and Wolfgang Lounge. You're all of my amazing patrons, and thank you for the support. Donovan Martin says, warning for all, stay off of Twitter. And it got a red alert from a follow that endgame leaks are starting to come out. Oh boy. So that is from Donovan Martin. So if you do not want anything spoiled from endgame, he says to stay off Twitter. So I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll find out. All right, guys. So thank you so much for being around for 2 hours and 10 minutes. Hopefully the cookie bonus actually worked and helped you guys out. If not, hopefully the giveaway helped that as well. I got a lot of Blu-rays that I need to start burning. So again, guys, please make sure if you were a winner that you email me, so that way I can get you all set up with your address and make sure that everything gets to you as it should be. Yeah, all social media, not just Twitter, all social media. Because if endgame, leaks start coming out, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. Per Comic says, bye, my lord, Tina and Steph, my ladies. Yes, indeed, guys. Huge shout out to the Valks, who are awesome, who are amazing. Seriously, huge shout out to Steph and Tina, my Valks. They are awesome. Greta, who's been in the chat as well. Laura, who's been in the chat as well. All of them are my mods. But of course, Tina and Steph are the Valks. They are my generals. They are indeed the leaders of Asgard, who make sure that I turn on my bots, shout out my patrons, and in all other ways stay on task. I don't know what I would do without them. So Macho Man says, oh yeah, cream of the crop, yeah. Oh yes, absolutely, man. All right, guys, so thank you again for watching, for supporting the stream, for all the people that came over from Geeks and Gamers. Thank you so much. If you're a new subscriber, thank you. If you've been around for a while, thank you as always. And as always, have a wonderful night, and God bless.